O-Town's #1 rock station, Z159 FM. Right. Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Oh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
Don't know. You don't know. There are 13 completely different and unique systems that we use to judge all of you. 13 systems. And Riki is judged by one of the oldest systems we have, which is Tom Van Nautical Bucks. I consider it like, if you're judged by that one, you're almost like, it'd be like Tom Van Old Money. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not new money. New money would be like a gold star listener. But if you got a number ranking, you're new money.
Yeah.
Because that's our newest system.
Yeah.
But we have 13 completely different and unique systems to grade you, and you never know when you're getting graded.
Well, it's happening at all times.
Could be happening at all times.
Changing by one comment after another, one email.
Hold on, I got to get my PC on. What's up, Vince Taylor? Do we got him? Oh, I can't hear him. We haven't done this dance in a minute. No, you're good. Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Oh, that's what he does. This is some bullshit.
Look at these doing what I do. I'm like, oh,
don't do the Tom. You got to look more handsome than Tom when he does it.
I was just talking to Tracy.
Look how muscly Vince is looking.
I was on a meeting with Tracy, and it was Google Meets, which is the worst goddamn.
You thought it was meat.
And then I'm on there, and I noticed they can't hear me, right? I can't hear them.
You can hear us. We can't hear you.
So
now you can't hear me.
Now we got you.
Yeah, we got you now.
Now we got you.
Okay, cool. Let me cut the light down.
Hey, you look muscly, dude. You look good.
Nah, it's just a collar shirt. It's just
you look good.
100% cotton and on full dry.
Hey, whatever you're doing, I would have done one of these. I'm like, hey boy, like I would have done it. I'd have done it.
Nah, I ain't in full form.
And you don't want a guy that looks like me turning around to look at black guys' asses.
Are you?
It's weird having an old farmer turn around and be like, hey boy.
Weirder things have happened at Club Secrets, but we won't talk about that.
A lot of gay farmers. They just don't talk about it.
I heard it.
Stoic.
We had a BDM go to Secrets, and they're one of our sponsors.
By association,
Fair Villa is there, so it's gonna be like not the actual Secrets hideaway.
Yeah, well, Fair Villa sponsors the dildos they put in their beehole.
Yeah. But and he told me. I've known this man for 20 years. He's not a liar.
No. And he's seen some things.
Yeah. He told me, he's like, and I was like, whoa, I was like, it's that.
I was there.
It was what I thought. If that makes any sense, it's like it's exactly because usually.
Can I say something? It was further than I thought. It was further. I knew what I thought. I knew what I thought, and then I can't even say it. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying it. You got children. I got children. He's got children. It was
categories, watchers, BDSMers. The full.
This is a pee in the butthole scenario.
No, it wasn't that bad. That's the other place, the Dungeon Master or whatever the hell.
The dungeon.
Whatever this called, the Roots. What is it?
Don't say Roots.
no,
the Roots.
No, it's a cave.
Are you talking about Four Roots Farm? That's a John. That's the guy that owns Four Rivers.
What's the place?
Oh my God.
What's the place with the Twizzlers?
Oh, you mean when Cabin Boy was a judge for Gapetoberfest?
Yeah. What's that place called?
The Woodshed.
The
Woodshed.
Oh my God! All right, I'm sorry, I wasn't ready.
We had a very good friend who now has a daughter. Who I won't say who it is, but I may have said it.
You just said it.
Well, I was giving it some distance. And then he was a judge.
He was doing it for charity.
He was doing it for charity. Now, were there other famous people? You know that I think SBK was a judge.
Yeah, he was.
And for a split second, Soul Brother got mad at me because he was like, "Well, I was a judge too, man." You know, he had that cool voice. Yeah. He's like, "Come on, Dan, I was a judge too, man." And then I'd be like, "Fuck, you're right, you were a judge." And then there was
it was a charity for him.
And then Squiggy, who went on to Squiggy was an intern. He was Melissa Fox's intern. This is not bullshit. He was Melissa Fox's intern, very good intern. He got out
radio person.
He got out of the radio business. He started his own porno company called Demon Seed Productions. And he assumed his new ego, his alter ego. He would bang porn stars, and I've watched these videos, and his name was Bobby Genitals.
Yeah.
Instead of Bobby Digital,
and it wasn't,
he's Bobby Genital.
And there,
so it ties in blurred. This is a blurred. It's a blurred warm up. We're doing the warm up.
And
no. But real quick, Tommy, the Bobby Genital is an homage to Bobby Digital.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what he was doing. Hold on, you're disappearing here. There we go. You're back. Yeah, that's exactly what
he looked the opposite of the RZA. If you can imagine, but the exact opposite.
Hold on,
he was like
bigger white nerds love hip hop, dude.
No, but just saying it was
bigger white nerds love hip hop.
He wasn't the prototypical porn star, and the fact that he was like, I'm not throwing shade, but he was like
he knows what he is, man.
He's overweight by a lot.
I don't think he is quite as much now, though. He's worked on it.
And like his genitals, his Bobby genitals, were
they weren't ample.
They were
everybody had
the regular white overweight
standard
dad.
issue police revolver.
Zany.
No
No,
veins.
no, yeah,
no
you
veins.
can't see veins.
You can see veins in his legs.
It was like a red, irritated chestnut in a nest of pubes.
Lima beans.
Yeah, it was.
And,
no,
he,
it was
and,
like,
and I believe he slept with some of the hottest porn stars because
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was just in that world, and he would do a podcast while he was banging them. It was awesome.
And
I've
liked
never
it.
been more proud of somebody that worked under me, like pun intended. But I told him, I'm like, dude, I straight up, I go, you did what they said they like. There are all these people out here. I can't get laid. I can't do this. This motherfucker said, I'm starting a porno company and I'm gonna fuck
Yes.
the baddest porno girls, and he
Legally.
did. And he did.
On cam.
And he
has
got and
proof and got receipts.
he got paid, and he did podcasts, and he had a company. He was getting paid to do it. I don't know if he still does it because that whole world got flipped upside down with torrents and everything.
yeah.
You know,
I think he
the
got the
internet.
tail end of right
He did.
before everything was free.
But I
and-
think he had fun. He did it.
yeah.
He did it.
What about sponsors? I mean,
No.
because no.
There's no
sponsors?
there's no
Oh,
sponsors
well,
in porn because
I
they all want to stay away from it.
I think he did have local guys. Like I
but
think he
other
did.
porn.
He have like the Woodshed. What maybe was a sponsor of his, and then
They
you
don't
get
got-
like some dancing club or
They
a liquor
don't got
sponsor.
no money. They got no money.
Anyway, great
Blue Chew,
warm up.
I mean, obviously, is the way to go. But anyway,
Good warm up. Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, is everything good on your end? You good?
yeah. We good. We good.
All right.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
if you don't have the engagement, Blue Chew, you throw out your promo code 1 week into the sponsorship, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we got one order, and it's you. we saw your email address."
I know, yeah.
Well, maybe he should actually use the Blue Chew. According to what your analysis of the genitalia is, it might be an actual, something that could help in
Indeed.
real life.
Indeed. All right. You want to start?
Yes, I do.
All
God,
right.
I just realized how much more we'd be rich if I knew what I know now when we started.
That's not how the song goes.
15 years ago or 12 years ago. When
That's
we were both on
clunkier
our-
than if I knew then what I know now, right?
the amount we were like we got people rich and for nothing. like people were like, here's
Too late,
$500.
though.
We were making people 5,000, like 10 times their investment. And then I was like, oh, thank you. Like, it was just so busy that you couldn't even,
You really mean that? I don't think you really mean that though, Tommy. Like,
What?
would you really go back and change? I mean, I feel like you landed pretty comfortably. Would you really? Because you're saying it now, but it's in jest.
If
you
he
really
could go back now and be
I'll
full
change.
MAGA, he would do it. If he could go back and go full MAGA, he would.
I'll go Puerto Rican MAGA.
That's the strongest MAGA. That's the strongest MAGA.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is when you're fighting,
Full, big, fat Hispanic
you
MAGA.
cannot change the mind of Puerto
Yeah.
Rican MAGA.
And then I'll get their money. Oh man, I get in that industry.
Yeah.
I'll be selling flags hats.
Once they come around the
how
corner
much-
and you see the 2028 shirt with the Bluetooth
know-
in the ear, you're like, I saw the Bluetooth Puerto Rican MAGA.
You know how cheap flags and hats are to make? Like you sell
Yeah,
them
you make
10
them-
times
They
more.
make them in China. All right, let's get
All
going.
right, okay.
Let's get going. All right,
All right.
Mr. Van, you
Yes,
start.
okay.
Here we go. 3.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. We'd love it if you come over and hang out and give our channel a like and a subscribe. I'd like to give some love right off the jump on our YouTube channel to our very good friends at Sweetwater. Let me see if I can get this in the shot here. There is our brand new microphone stand that is sponsored by Sweetwater. They sent us this to try.
All
They're
right.
like, hey, we're sick of your microphone stand being crappy and Dan being a poor producer. So we're fixing it. We're sending you a mic stand. All you got to do is slap a sticker on it. I'm like, gladly. So thank you, Sweetwater. And this would be a great time for me to remind anybody, if you're a podcaster, or more importantly, if you're a musician, you can get all of the gear, anything and everything you need for streaming. And if you're a musician, a singer, a songwriter, or you play music, Sweetwater is where you go. And tell them Tom and Dan sent you. There you go.
They make a delicious beer too.
They do. They do different Sweetwater, but both are
We
excellent.
got electronics and beer.
Yeah, I wish they did. I wish they did.
No, I'm joking.
Anyway, they send you candy. Sweetwater's the only company that when you order, they send you a little bag of candy. They're like, thank you.
All right.
We'll sweeten the deal.
So on Zoom with us right now from the new Blurred Order podcast, Vince Taylor. How you doing, Vince?
Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's good to speak with you again.
Very good to see you, man. I thought
yeah,
Tom had maybe eliminated you from our schedule, and I
No,
was like, hey, what's
no
going
way.
on with Vince?
No.
That's your best friend.
Yeah, he hit me and asked me for a passport. I didn't have any show.
Is he in the table of favors now? Have you asked Vince Taylor for a favor yet?
Oh yeah, back in the Champs days, Vince he's covered for me. Like covered my mistakes. So many mistakes.
You let him run out by the dumpster and smoke a cigarette?
Well, I mean, Tommy again is the only one who didn't have to wear a uniform, like literally ever. Like he came in and would climb up the ladder and just sit there all shift. You know what I mean? And listen to himself on the radio.
They called him the gargoyle.
I didn't like him.
He's the gargoyle.
I was like, why does this dude get all this privilege? I'm driving all the way over here from Longwood to Florida Mall. Yeah. And it feels like he can just walk in when he wants, leave when he wants, with whatever he wants. And it turns out, I guess you and Jen, I guess y'all had some sort of plutonic. I don't know. I don't want to open up those old.
Oh, wait a minute. I
thought about it.
Your manager?
I thought about it because when I was up there in my sitting room.
I'm thinking up here.
I was like,
I'm thinking like Jen the manager. I want to move her.
I was like, what if she seduced me? And what if she like? She's like, where's Tommy? She found.
Are you masturbating in a box above the shoes?
I said it's called Being Caught. It's a whole video series about this.
Oh, you're in my new kink. You're in my new kink. I watch these all the time. Catch the babysitter. Oh, caught the babysitter. What was she doing? Oh, well, I'll help you out.
No, this is where the stepmom catches you, and you're looking at your laptop, and then
like, hey, are you looking at my OnlyFans? And you're like, oh.
And then she catches you, and then when she catches you, she's like, "Don't be embarrassed. It's totally natural." In fact,
what do you have here? Oh my God, you're a little excited.
yeah. And then she helps you. You know,
and then you're like, Dad, what if? And then she says the one thing every young boy wants to hear. What's the one thing every young boy wants to hear from your stepmom? You're bigger than your dad. It's the only thing. If I had a stepdad, you mean to tell? If I I should not be.
I see you lived this out before. This fantasy.
But tell me you wouldn't be so pumped. You come home, you got all F's, right? Whatever. Your stepmom seduces you, and in the middle of it, she says, "You're bigger than your dad." All things are forgiven. Everything is right in the world.
My daddy can't tell me now.
And I wouldn't be able to hold. Would you be able to hold the secret of knowing you're bigger than your dad to your dad?
Boy, you don't pay no bills in this house. Yeah, but you know what does?
Yeah, see. Vince knows. Then he just drop his Z Cavaricis down.
Yeah. Just live in the shadow, pops. How about that? No,
Boom.
Anyway,
this took a turn. This is not black nerd.
Yeah, this is weird. We was talking about how Tommy was leaving, stains on the shocks back then. All the people would come in and buy. There was these 9-year-old European Englishmen that would come in groups of 10. Like, we want the Nike shocks, and we were like, well, they're like $300. Like, it's okay because the exchange rate. Were you
making fun of how British people look young and old at the same time? How is that? British kids will be 14 years old and you got a face like a 72-year-old man.
You know what no one ever talks about? Okay, Vince will corroborate this with me.
I'll let that slide. You know what? Sustain.
Is that
overruled. European
men, like, they didn't like big, fat American shoes. We like our shoes big,
how you say it? The American shoes are too fat, they're too big, they're too clunky.
So they'd wander over to the women's section and they'd be like, oh, I like these better. And then they're like, these are women's. And they're like, what? And then they'd be confused. Then we had some like racing shoes.
They love the Goodyear racing.
Goodyear racing.
Yeah, they're Goodyear.
They're like tiny ballerina slippers for like
Can I tell you
F1 drivers.
Can I tell you a secret?
And they like those, but they didn't like the big American clunkers.
For 1 week, I wanted tiny Goodyears. For 1 week, I was like, oh man, I think I'd look pretty good in a pair of little tiny Goodyears.
Yeah.
I get so angry, Tom, at the fact that there was kids and they were buying up tens and dozens of shocks with multiple times my salary or wages. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing just because of the exchange rate. It used to get on my nerves. I'm sure you don't know nothing about that because you never left the back room.
In fact, they're getting seduced the whole time. You know how hard it is to get seduced at a Foot Locker?
It was back in his rave, right?
I'm like, I'm too nervous to get at work.
Hey, can I ask you a serious question before we dip into Vince and nerd news?
Yeah.
Would you say that seduction, that role play, is that a category when you go to surf the?
Everybody likes a good old seduction.
Okay.
I think every young boy's fantasy was to be seduced and sexually molested by an adult teacher of theirs.
Every boy. Yeah, every boy said that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I understand it is a molestation.
Number 1 and 2 is
I was
teacher and then bigger than your dad. There's 1 and 2 in wishes.
In that order,
Yeah.
right?
All right, we'll move on,
Yeah, we
Vince.
have
I know
to. We have to move on.
you have a career to protect.
Yeah. We do not.
I did before the show.
Oh, before we start, Vince, let me ask you something, because this has been a controversy in our world where
He could go anywhere.
So you are familiar, and people use often the praying hands emoji to you, correct?
Indeed.
Okay,
I
so
think I used it a few times.
yes, okay.
Are you a religious man?
Nah.
Okay.
Not
All
at all.
right.
My parents are both ministers currently and have been all my life, but that leads me to the other. Obviously, I'm the son of Satan. You know how that works.
Yeah, you had a different path.
Really?
I had a different path as well, raised in the church. I got you.
But when they use, like, it's used, and when someone uses it to me, it's used as a thank you. Like, they use the praying hands emoji as a thank you. But then I'm like, isn't that Japanese racist? Like putting your hands, like, it's like, oh,
Like
thank you,
1,000 pardons.
like,
Right.
like putting your hands together and like, thank you. But it's not what it's for. It's a praying hands. It's a person praying.
I like that you so do not want to do the voice, that the new voice for Japanese people or Asian people you have is thank you, which just sounds like a weird nerd.
You
Thank
can do
you.
the voice in your head.
Well, I mean, have y'all been to Thailand at all by chance?
No.
No.
You can't talk about it. You can't talk about it. In Thailand, this is very prominent, you know, and they even say, like, there's a greeting. They say kabu ka, and that is their way of kind of saying hello and goodbye and stuff like that. So I don't know as much about the Japanese culture being, you know, usurped, so to speak. I'm surprised. I thought you were going to say you didn't know that it was actually a high five, because you know that's not prayer hands.
It's a high five?
I just learned in the chat room.
That emoji in actuality is not meant to be prayer hands.
I didn't know
it's
that.
actually supposed to be a high five. So if you go back and look at that emoji, you'll notice that the two hands that are coming together aren't of the same body. And there are two hands coming together. So it's supposed to be a high five. Now, we just like bump it. We're going to use it as whatever we think it is. So we're going to use it as prayer hands. Oh, you know, prayers and thoughts.
Yeah, well, you sling it up. You know, eggplant doesn't mean eggplant. We all know that.
It does not mean eggplant. A peach does not mean peach.
Exactly.
Now,
this man knows.
But now that I know it's a high five, it is being used correctly, because the high five is like a thank you. So I'm completely wrong on this.
I don't know, because sometimes, you know, it's used as like oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, oh man, I can't make it. You know, my mom had a heart attack.
Vince.
You're
Vince
too.
like, if you actually know.
you're right.
I'm sending you two different ones, Tom. There's two different ones.
In an opposite way, when someone's like, oh, I'm, my dad passed away yesterday, and you send him a high five.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? Hey, we did it.
Vince.
We did it. Finally.
Which one of those is high five?
Okay, so the one at the bottom, right above delivered, is supposed to be a high five.
And the one at the top is clapping?
That's applause. That's,
Okay.
hey, we did it. Ya lo hicimos. Congratulations on your graduation. You know what I'm saying? Oh, finally.
We're learning a lot today.
Okay, well,
We just needed to get a young black kid in here to teach us some stuff.
Vince is my age.
Yeah,
We needed a
let's
cool
go.
black kid to come in here and teach us how to do stuff.
CBK. Let's run with it.
There we
I'm with
go.
it.
Well-
Notorious CBK.
I got another
Why-
question. Okay,
Go ahead,
Vince, since you are a cool black kid, I have a question for you, because lately on the show, Daniel's been making fun of me, and all the listeners are telling me I look like a cop, right? Because like I wear just a collared shirt, and then I have a cop-like haircut, and,
And you shave every day.
Yeah.
And the worst kind of cop too. The worst, like the one that shows up at Circle K because you know you get free refills and just stands there
Yeah.
like you ain't got nothing
Using
else
a
to do.
water cup,
Making
and I'm like, I
everybody
see you
nervous that walks in.
stealing. You're stealing Mellow Yellow.
Well, that's part of what they pay for the protection of me being there, because I'm warding off any sort of potential robbers.
No.
Because they see a
Supposed to
cop
hang out
and
by the hot dogs the whole shift though, bro. Like you gotta go back to the car.
The trade is the red phone that you get. That's the trade.
No, you get the free hot dog, you get free refills or whatever you want. You can wander through the store.
That's active service. I don't think that's police.
No. And then
I think that's thank you for your service.
And there's they give you all the free stuff for being in the vicinity to ward off all the crime. I know how cops work. Anyway, my question is I can't change like my polo or my pants because I need to wear the same thing every day because I'm weird like that. It's easier for me to just put on the same thing.
True.
But I could change my shoes, and I think you're cool in your shoes. And right now,
he needs black Reebok Classic, like any old dad. Oh my god!
Well, now I got some
dirt in the bottom of them.
I have some fade.
What is that?
Some faded.
What are those?
Those are dork airs. Hey, look,
real, bro.
Hey, look! Somebody bought him a pair of dork airs.
They're sun faded.
Yo, those are MAGA ones.
MAGA one.
I don't. Yo, look. If you got yourself some retros, it will change your life. Like, I'm not even a Jordan guy. I'm not even a Jordan. But please stop pointing it this way. Don't point it this direction.
You can smell it from over the camera.
Yeah, stop using that, man. But yeah, that is a problem. Now I will say this: you do typically look very copish. There's a cop look about you. Today, not so much. You're kind of like middle school.
His hair is deflated.
What's
going on with your hair?
You know what I'm saying? Like you look like you're ready to play middle school middle ball. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on with the little. You know, this is really very superhero.
You like sad hair today, and
my goddamn hair product that I normally use. Hold on, let me explain because.
You're talking about hula hoop. Like, what's going on today?
Okay,
like,
all right. Sam called me out of this the other day. We put goddamn.
Sam, she don't work here anymore. This guy's old man's out of his mind. Sam called me out. She was in my dream.
No, on the internet, on social media, I put a video. We're at the Science Center doing a dome preview or doing the illusions.
And you've been greasing your hair down lately.
no,
you've been going back to the 50s.
A little dabble, do you?
He's been putting in 2 tablespoons.
no,
2 full tablespoons.
Oh my God, is that mousse?
No, you know what he's using, and he should. You know what he's using, and he shouldn't be using it, and you'll know what I mean, because only somebody rocking a 50s haircut could use this. I used it. I know you know people that use it, and I was even using the Obama and Michelle Obama edition of Murray's.
No, I'm not using Murray's.
You were using Murray's.
I used the product, and Google this, all of my non-melanated listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
A product called Stay So Fro that I can't use anymore, obviously, because the hair is gone to the bottom of my chin.
Yeah, but you look good, man.
But thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we should hang out more. You know, let's go.
I give people compliments
when
when they look good. Like he's like one of our more attractive male guests.
That is true.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all gassing me up. Like, if y'all want all y'all gotta do is just shoot me a DM and I'm pulling up at night. You know
all right.
Let me
that's how you get friends.
I'm feeling all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, just but yeah, man, that's my kind of product. Now, it's interesting that you brought up the OnlyFans account. Because right now there is a series out called X-Men 97. Did y'all watch the X-Men cartoons when you were growing up?
I did indeed, and they are everybody loves them. They're like, we love them.
Yes, yeah. I watched X-Men growing up. Now I haven't watched the new series because I can't watch cartoons.
Yeah, you're not into that.
Like I can't get into it.
And your sons are addicted to cartoons.
They love anime. All that. I try to watch it with them, and I'm just like, I like the fan service, the boobies in there, and then I'm like, should they be watching this? I'm like, what else is on here?
Too late now. Nothing can be done.
Well, I'd have to watch all of it whatever.
But this takes us back to a time where cartoons were not in abundance, right? Like we had to watch them on Saturday mornings and after school when we got home. Or if you're a sadist, maybe early in the morning before you go to school because you got an early bus. But now X-Men 97 is out. It is out on its second season. The first 3 episodes of the second season has come out. And the reason why this is significant is because the first season was one of the first series that has gotten collectively almost 100% from the viewers and from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's a big deal, especially for Marvel products, because right now people are getting the superhero fatigue, this, that, the third. The interesting thing is that one of the reasons why people herald the first season is so dope is because it was written, produced, and directed by a dude named Bo DeMaio. Bo DeMaio, this black gay dude. who had a monumental writer's appeal. Now, he gets fired halfway through the airing of the first season 1. Why did he get fired? Because, according to him, Disney learned about his OnlyFans account, which he was posing with Speedos. And evidently, he was sending some of these pictures from this OnlyFans account to some of the members of their staff. And they're saying that this is sexual, sexually inappropriate or whatnot.
Right.
He's also the dopest writer that they got. And he made that season 100 with Rotten Tomatoes. So now in the second season, you can feel his absence. But my question for y'all is that fair? Like, it's not like he actually did stick something in somebody's ear or do anything. Like, he just had an OnlyFans. And according to the recent reports, he even told Disney, like, yo, y'all know I got an OnlyFans, right? I mean, I'm questioning how much Disney's paying him if he still got to have an OnlyFans account. But y'all both got OnlyFans accounts, right? And you still got your jobs.
Well, I want one, Vince, but no one wants to see the chestnut. You see what I'm saying? Like, I got nothing to show. There's no one wants to see what
you
I
call
got.
it the chestnut?
Well, I'm just saying.
You know what? You should just call it
old joke.
Joey. You should just call it Joey.
But so
Joey.
Here's the problem, Vince, is that this is what giant corporations do. They're always just afraid of being sued. That's their whole fear every single day. Like, the one thing they're trying to avoid is getting sued. So any scenario, like, for instance, this guy did send a couple pictures to some coworkers, even if they didn't.
Well, that's the problem, right? It's not the OnlyFans.
But even
I don't know if the OnlyFans is the problem.
Even if they didn't complain, and the fact that he has an OnlyFans and stuff, they're looking in the future and like, what could this cost us? And the answer is, if they don't do anything about it now, it could be, $1 million lawsuit. It could cost them millions in the future, because if this guy does do something inappropriate, now they have a chain of evidence. The lawyer, because that's what you need. If you as a lawyer can show, like, hey, this company was aware of his OnlyFans. He sent these 2 inappropriate emails back 2 years ago, and nothing was done, and now he acted inappropriately. That shows their negligence, and now we can get him for a huge payday.
Yeah, I've seen this.
And so, like, and that, because of that, now they have to just eradicate the threat of that happening immediately, even though like you said, they had the best ratings. It was the only 100% they've gotten in a long time, and now they lost this. Now, which he should be able to, like, God,
like James Gunn it and come on back at some point, You don't think so?
It wasn't his franchise to begin with. It's one thing if he was, doing some sort of project. I mean, you're dealing with, Cyclops and Storm, and come on, you can't just jump in and jump. But my question is, like, what do we? All right, I'm gonna step in red pill territory here. I don't mean to, but okay. So if I showed you a picture of me and my family over the weekend, and I was like, hey, look, we had a nice little family vacation, and maybe me, my wife, and my kids were in our bathing suits. Okay, like, it's like, all right, a little weird. All right, but I'll show you that same picture. I take the kids out, and it's just me, all of a sudden, it's a completely different thing, right? Or, if it's not even real, because what was put online was that he sent a picture of himself as a fantasy drawing of him as Cyclops. I mean, yeah, maybe he didn't have all his clothes on, but it wasn't like he was naked, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a fireable offense for, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm not asking y'all to be the jury, but in case your following were unaware, this is what happened with the X-Men 97 season 1 and season 2. And that is something that I'm watching to see, is this the new normal? You can't even have your private life.
Let me throw a little follow-up on you. Do you feel like studios across the board, by and large, are putting too much of an emphasis on what any creator does in their private life? Like, I mean, look at Rick and Morty. Not good stuff, but the show suffered and died when you tear it apart. Like, there's multiple instances, and we could dig in more to tons of specific examples where the original creator may not have been a savory person, right? And did some things that may not align with everybody, or at least may not align with, let's say, Johnny Average or Joe America, right? And then they lost their position. Do you feel like that should be, like, maybe lessened? Do you think there should be more of a boundary there between private life versus what you do for the company? Or is that never going to fly anymore because it's just everything is too expensive and it's all money?
Well, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to be let go because of my OnlyFans, because it's probably not going to be that profitable. But at the same time, I feel like there is a spectrum, right? Like I can have an OnlyFans and still keep my job if it doesn't interfere with the product, but I can't go and do like what Ezra Miller, I think it was,
Ezra
who was
Miller,
the
yeah.
Flash. It was like slapping people in the face at karaoke. I can't be like Shannon Sharp and have leaked content of me doing and accusations of abuse and things like that. But pictures, and no violence, just kind of allegations. I think there's a point where it gets a little too preemptive strike, just in case, and not enough. Hold on, this guy's got a right to do whatever he wants. Now, again, I don't know all of the details, but this is what he's saying. But that's one. That's one story. Another story, real quick, I could drop on y'all. I wore my Spider-Man shirt. Did y'all see it?
Yes.
This is what a Jordan's like, Tom. So this, you want to get like Jordans for your feet, instead of just watching on TV. Better than whatever it is that you showed earlier, which was an atrocity.
Yeah, those are pretty bad.
Oh my God, please.
And they slip off so fast.
That shoe needs to be hanged.
Yeah.
It needs to be beheaded.
He's wearing the original Hey Dude prototype. The original Hey Dude. They were just called dudes. They were just called dudes then. Not Hey Dudes.
They were just called dudes then. If you're on the face of the earth, there's a Spider-Man movie coming out.
Yes.
Called Brand New Day at the end of this month, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, a bunch of folks. Now, it's well known, at least for those in the know, that Tom Holland and Zendaya had since, after their meeting on set, become an actual thing. All right. Now, not to be outdone, the original Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, was seen canoodling with a young lady by the name of Ice Spice recently.
Oh man,
Ice Spice is a rapper. Rap, by the way, for your viewers and listeners, is a music genre that involves beats and
spoken words. Yeah, no, I love Ice Spice.
Hold on.
You should have never told me this, because one of my favorite videos to Google when I'm having a bad day, there's a video of Ice Spice with her entourage, and she's backstage with a video. She's just doing a video shoot, and she's backstage, and there's HD video of her completely naked. And they're like dumping bottles of water on her. I'll tell you what, you want to make your day better, you go download some naked Ice Spice right now.
Were they in what scenario were they dumping water on her naked?
I guess like to cool her off, or she has a body.
How is that important?
Thank you, Vince. This guy's trying to. Why are they wasting the water? What kind? Was it Aquafina? Was it Aquafina? Was it
Well, what was the pH scale of the water?
No, I'm not asking. I'm just saying.
Do you want to see it?
Does anybody want to know why were they dumping water on her naked body? It's a bizarre. There could be so many reasons.
What the link is, and if you could send it to me immediately, or what exactly keyword should I be using in the YouTube search?
All right, there. Look, come on. All right, there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's good.
Hold on, baby, hold on.
Is that no, I'm not showing it to anybody. I just wanted Tom to see.
Oh man, send me the link.
I will. I'll send it. She is a beautiful woman, and I don't even.
Yes.
And I like that.
I don't think I could handle an Ice Spice.
You could not, especially if she started singing that SpongeBob song while she's bouncing on it.
I don't think
Big pants, Big Bob, big pants, big. What has it got? Big pants. Big man, big pants.
I would.
My daughter sings it. I'm like, I like that lady.
I wouldn't describe it as a bounce.
Right type of thing. Well, the internet is ablaze with the speculation that Tobey Maguire could legitimately be dating Ice Spice. I want to know what y'all think about it. Is this a new trend for dated superheroes to now date young black women or young rap stars? I don't know. Are we looking now for like Michael Keaton to come out with Cardi B?
He's not her age, right? He's not her. He's not. He would be considered not only just. Not only like a white nerd, but isn't he older? Like way older.
No, he's probably my age. He's an old
man.
He's a mid 40-year-old white nerd. I mean, there's no way he could bounce.
I will agree with that statement. He does not bounce.
He could. Mr. McGuire couldn't handle that.
No, he can't. No.
I see it. Like, I know Tobey Maguire. His name is Toby.
You are the Tobey Maguire of our show, and neither of you could handle the mouth.
Yeah.
We talked.
Yeah. He's a bit older, but they got pills for that now. I think he'll be all right.
But hold on. Was it like a pill isn't going to help the bounce? You need some sort of.
You heard this song? Here, this is what I bounced to.
Surgery.
You heard this?
That doesn't even exist.
Oh, me and Maisie. Oh, we'll dance crazy to this. Big guy.
Why is her name
Big
Ice
guy.
Spice?
Yeah, why is her name Ice Spice?
Well, I had to do a deep dive. I would assume that it's a play off of the Spice Girls, but she's really cold, which is like a way of saying really dope.
Okay.
You know, I don't
I
know.
don't
not
know.
in with
You're a
the kids.
nerd too.
I'm
Everybody
like,
here's
I
a
don't freaking know,
nerd.
man. But Spider-Man.
Everybody's a nerd. I just want to talk about the bounce.
Bounce.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I do want to clarify though. It was also reported not too long after this debacle that it was evidently them just sharing a vape. Because there's pictures, you can Google them right now. Like, I don't know if you can see it, Dan, or not.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Tobey Maguire, Ice Spice. You see them like, and it looks like somebody's like taking the pictures through the blinds or something, and you kind of see them get closer. It looks like a kiss. So all week, folks was like, "Oh, Tobey Maguire," and then it came out there. Ice Spice's people was like, "No, she was taking the hit of his vape."
No, he's caressing her, dude. No way. Not in a million. Right. Look, man, I am the horniest member of this program. I can look at love and see what's going down. And this right here, that they are doing, that is not vaping. If that's vaping, then I want to vape my wife all the time. So he is holding her. He's holding her. He's got his hand on her upper arm. You don't touch a woman's upper arm, bro. You don't touch that.
I'm just saying.
That's that airplane flap. You don't touch that. I'm serious. I'm just telling the truth. You don't, unless the girl really loves you or knows you or isn't interested in you, you don't go touching a girl, number one, but you certainly don't go touching their arms or upper arms.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Definitely. Especially not in public when you can be videotaped and all that.
You don't do that.
Stuff.
Well, like the guys, they're being like, taking a picture behind some blinds, like they're in some sort of weird office. And, but I like how it's like, oh, they were sharing a vape. That's a weird excuse.
They're in a club. They're in the he's in an office. Oh my God. They're in a club in a VIP section, probably on the second floor, it appears. So yeah, I don't think they're at Dunder Mifflin. But we thought that was interesting.
I love
y'all. Are y'all all right? Maybe this is a weird way to ask this question, but how do y'all feel about incest?
I love it.
Well, real.
I'm proud member of the community.
Doing it right now.
Well,
my God. No, I think it's kind of gross. I guess it's Game of Thrones loved it. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's very popular category in the pornography community. I think amongst the whites. More
the whites are gross.
Is that they like the taboo? They like
their stepsisters a lot.
Stepmom, stepsister,
and then they're quick. If you say, "Hey, man, that's gross," they're like, "It's step."
And I think it is a direct correlation to us growing up with the show Step by Step.
Oh my God!
Or Brady Bunch. It was like it was years of being
on to something.
No, mine was Married with Children because I was always thinking, Bud always talks about he can't get a girl. Just bang your sister, bro.
Yeah, she's right
she's
there.
She's hot as hell, and she's on the same floor as you. And your dog talks.
Yeah.
You have to kill the dog so he won't tell your parents.
But also from Step by Step, you were living like your dad married a lady
that has hot daughters.
Who has hot daughters, and now you're all living in the same house, and you're like, here's your new stepsister, and then and you're like it's a stranger to you.
Right, you wake up every day to the Thigh Master, like right in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was the mom.
Yeah.
I have no fantasies about this at all. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but my segue was more for House of the Dragon, which is current right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if y'all are watching it or not.
I am watching. I am current right now, House of Dragon. And not only am I current, it's the most nerdy thing. Vince, you would be proud of me because normally I'm not a nerd.
He's all in.
But
he discusses it and reads about it with his wife.
Well, you know what?
Can I share that? Did I overshare?
No, I don't read.
I was about to say a little too far.
I caught him reading fan fiction in there.
No, it comes up on my TikTok.
That's what they call erotica. Okay.
If you search like House of Dragons on TikTok, all the fan.
Well, you do theories. I'd see you in there listed to the theories.
But then like on TikTok, they show mini videos about like the history of the dragons and what
Who's your favorite dragon?
I almost said Goro. I forgot the big one.
Goro. My favorite dragon is Shamu.
Dude, I don't know. See, I'm not that much of a nerd. I can't just name them.
Dragon is
There's like a sheep stealer, but I don't like that one. I like
Sheep Stealer. Okay, come on through.
He's there. He's there. I told you it's real.
What's the one where the weird guy with a big chin, eye patch chin rides? He rides the master big one. What's that?
Yeah, that's what. Wow, that's a lot to unpack.
Somebody, Cyrax.
The Cyrax? Oh yeah. The biggest
I
one.
ain't gonna lie to you. You're ahead of me on the actual names of all the. I don't have them all memorized, the names of the dragons, but I'm following.
But you know all the characters. I know
you're saying. No, keep talking.
Yeah. He's really into it.
No,
he talks about it, and the second episode was supposed. Remember, I told you that. I was like, every headline was like, second episode of this season of this dragon show is just bananas crazy.
Yes.
And by the way, Queen Rhaenyra, I forgot the lady's name who plays that character, but Rhaenyra is a good actor in real life.
Oh my God.
She's real. Like, she made Crystal. There's a scene in the season 2. You make Crystal like tear up because it's, in House of Dragons, there's a lot of death. Like every character. That's why I like Game of Thrones. Is like every character. There's no character.
Everyone's on the table
that is immune to being killed off. No. Like they'll kill off characters, no problem.
Yes, no matter how young, they can be infants.
Yes,
they can be adults. They can be older, about to go into the grave. There's no limit.
Well, they'll show a dead baby. Like that.
You know why that really? You know where that really is? And I was watching a mini documentary. See, I'm going to try and do it this morning on like Roman times. There's a new little. It was like not that many. It was like 18 minutes long. He was talking about the real atrocities of Roman Emperor Caligula.
Okay.
And a lot of the times babies would be killed, and they go into this in this documentary because at that point, in order to stop things, what did you have to stop? You would have to stop the bloodline. You have to kill everybody that you know is connected to it because they could be holding on to they could be the rightful heir. So you have to kill them all. And it's really tragic. But they go through Caligula, like when he was like going through this one area and killing all these different leaders, he had to kill a 1-year-old.
Yeah. But then the bastards are out there, and they'll come back.
They'll come back. They'll come for your head.
It's always the bastards. It's like you would think that some of these guys would be like, we're gonna wear some sort of protection of something, but they make it lambskin, right? Because it's a problem that all these people.
We got a problem with these bastards.
It comes back to get you. Like, you gotta figure out some sort of method. There's a rhythm method. There's got to be some other way.
The rhythm method. What's the rhythm method, Tommy?
He knows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All these bastards are causing all these problems with everybody. They're the rightful heirs. They're out there. This guy can ride a dragon. What the hell? Oh, sorry.
Yo,
that's actually the line in the show.
I just want to just time out for a second and just law of praises on y'all. I'm so impressed right now. Like right now,
he did good, right?
My man Tom is watching House of Dragon. You know something about Caligula, which is awesome because I always considered you a knowledgeable dude. But just to whip that out without Googling it and looking behind you, it's like hella dope, man. I feel like I'm on an upper echelon with y'all today.
Right,
like we've ascended a little bit.
Well,
so
we've missed you.
Dope, man.
We've missed talking about this with you. Our other nerd guy, EJ. That guy sucks.
He's
in the chat room. He's in the chat room. I love you, buddy.
He's way less cool.
I love you, buddy.
I was like, I wish you would just do it, Vince.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'll take the check. But
do 2 a month.
The thing is, like, this House of Dragon thing is like it's.
Do you not like the incest? Is that why you asked? Does it bother you, the incest or the?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm not a fan of it. In a modern era, it doesn't make sense. Correct. But I think that what is kind of being overlooked is the fact that this is how royalty stayed in place. Like the normal way of going about keeping your bloodline is to keep your bloodline within the house. When you mix it with the others, then you have to share the kingdom with whoever whoever that is.
Yep.
So I think it's weird. It's just weird that they're actually into it. Like they're actually into it. Like Rhaenyra went to lay with her uncle, and at first it was like, "Yo, hold up, man." And then one of these episodes, like she's like, "Yo, come on home." Like they're married. By the way, the lady that plays this actress that you speak of, whose name is Rhaenyra, her name is Emma Darcy, and startlingly enough, if you Google her right now, Dan, she looks almost just like Tommy does today. Like she has the same haircut.
Yeah, she's a cop like me. That's what makes her such a good actor. Because like, oh, you're banging your uncle, and you're, and
she looks like a boy band member. But
Oh
but
my
yeah,
God,
I
it
just
does
think
look
that's
like you.
interesting.
yeah.
Oh my God, that literally looks
Yeah.
like if you hold on, here it comes. Okay, that looks like you if you were Harry Styles.
yeah. She's very cop-like.
Yeah, she's got a cop-like look. She's a beautiful woman. My God,
So
her
Yeah,
bone
yeah, yeah.
structure
I
is
like it.
ridiculous.
So,
man.
so Vince, did you catch the tip of the cap to Jaws, weapon in the second episode of House of Dragons?
like
because-
you had a Jaws reference.
No. Okay, but I don't want to give anything away.
They throw
Oh,
scuba
somebody
diving
take the
tanks
phone
into
from the screen.
They threw a scuba diving
This is
tank.
3 a.m. in bed TikTok doom scrolling stuff, right?
No,
Hell, that's what this is. Come on.
So I like that they did this because so in the movie, I'll just say this. I'll just describe Jaws.
Gonna need a bigger trebuchet.
So in Jaws, what was the captain? I almost called him Captain Rico. That's Uncle Rico
No,
from Napoleon Dynamite.
Ahab, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
No.
yeah, I just did his voice. What's the guy's name? Quint.
No, Quentin. It wasn't Quentin. It was the sea captain, the guy that was in some sort of.
I thought that was Quint.
I thought Quentin.
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Quint.
I didn't see
Oh,
Jaws.
was it Quint? Okay.
Quint is the guy that gets eaten by the shark.
Okay,
who's like
yes,
the,
yeah, okay,
the rough
Quint.
ass old man.
Spoiler
And then
alert.
there's Brody, who's the other guy.
Okay, Brody's a sheriff. Okay, so Quint.
I'm
you're
glad
right.
I got it right.
You're
It's
right.
Quint. It's Quint.
So Quint has a method of catching Jaws, which is you harpoon him with a harpoon.
You bring him up.
and then it's attached to a barrel with air. And then when you harpoon him, it rips the barrel with air out, and then he can't dive anymore.
Keeps him at the surface,
And,
yeah.
and the more harpoons, the more barrels, but it basically drowns him, opposite drowns him. And
Yep.
there's a call back to that in House of Dragons.
That's cool.
And I'm like, interesting they put it in there because it's the same. It's a Jaws type weapon. It's a harpoon with attached to a barrel type of thing. And I was like,
You
they
gotta
use
wait
that.
him out.
Yeah. Which I also in House of Dragons, and EJ didn't think this, but I don't like how how often that the giant crossbow that they use against the dragon is effective.
Yeah.
Like it seems like a last resort that's gonna be like insanely hard to pull off, and it's too effective in the show. Because you know how hard it would be to hit a moving target. And it's seemingly like a quarter mile in the sky away from you with
a primitive weapon.
With a primitive weapon like
Yeah.
that. It would be like insanely difficult.
Well, first of all, shout out to you. The name of the show is House of the Dragon, but you, like a lot of my cousins do, just added an S at the end of it for no reason, which I think is dope. It just makes you a little
House of
closer to my
Dragons.
community.
Well,
He called
there's
it House of Dragons.
Yeah.
And I think that's hilarious.
He was gonna call
but-
it Dragon House, like Waffle House, and I told him don't do that.
like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm not talking-
He was like smothered, covered in chunks. Dragon House.
but also, full nerd mode. So we already have seen Game of Thrones. All right, we've already seen Khaleesi, Jon Snow. We've already seen what happens with Bran. We've seen the Third Eye Raven.
Yep.
You know, Cersei, all of that good stuff in the actual show before. This is a prequel. All right, this happened, I think, either somewhere between 100 to 1,000 years before Khaleesi ever existed.
Yep.
Now, in the Game of Thrones world that we were introduced to with George R.R. Martin's original book, the dragons are very scarce. In fact, one of the big reasons that Khaleesi is such a big deal is because she's one of the few that can wield dragons or even has dragons in her possession.
Yeah.
So it is credible that there was some weapon that did alleviate the dragons from the spectrum of war for all of the houses.
'Cause they go
back then.
extinct,
So
yeah.
it makes sense. It sucks too, because my wife said the same thing. She's like, yo, when I think of the dragons, I think of like unstoppable. And now they just bring out this slingshot. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, well, blah, blah, blah. But you got to keep in mind.
You're right.
They are foreshadowing. And in addition to foreshadowing, because you mentioned when you were speaking about Caligula, about the whole process of literally cutting off a bloodline. It's not as simple
Yeah.
as just going over to the house and killing them, because
Nope.
if there's a bastard out there somewhere,
Gotta get
like
him.
you said, they could still come back and usurp the throne. So what's interesting to watch over the course of this season is, if you haven't noticed, in Game of Thrones, there were no dominant black roles. Okay, yes, you could talk about the dude that was that was I forget the Unsullied and the assistant and whatnot, but this is that Corliss, the sea snake, is the like he's the head of a house. So he's like a ruler. He's royalty, and so we have like a lot of black characters in this one. But what we're learning is that because in this last episode, spoiler alert, but it has been a few days, so tighten up if you're actually a fan.
There you go.
That Corliss wants to give his name to one of his bastards. All right. Which is a smart idea for both of you. If that ever happens to you guys, don't try to deny them. We're going to find them.
Oh, I'm
The internet's a thing.
I'm trying to bastard my way out of here.
But Rhaenyra is like, nah, I can't do that right now because I don't want the stink of any type of impropriety in my house when I just got it. But what we're witnessing essentially is the seeds of genocide to an extent. Like she's kind of like we're about to see why we don't see more black people in positions of power in Game of Thrones, because Rhaenyra herself is about to do some crazy wild stuff to prevent the prominent black royalty families bloodline from being in the show that we all, or the book, whichever way you were introduced to it, that we know now. So, all right, sorry, just had to get that.
No, that's great. I'm glad we were able to address this.
I didn't like how the sea snake was married to an old white lady. I never liked that. I was like,
oh, you don't like reality? Orlando?
The sea snake needs an ice spice.
Do powerful black men like old white ladies?
I don't think they do. I was like, they can't. But they got an old.
Let's ask one. If only there was a black man here. Do older black men love to hitch their wagons to old white hags?
What we like is security, and that's two chicks.
Yeah,
that's pension and alimony. You can't deny those two. You got to jump on that.
Maybe the story.
This ain't just some regular old in a back alley. Like she's royalty.
I don't watch the show. But does she have a character? Are they going to unravel her character a little more and show why they're together? Have they done that already?
It's already done.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything. But anyway, I was just like, sea snake, you need an ice spice, not an old white saggy ass.
You need a big guy.
Big guy. Yeah, she's got an old white saggy ass.
Got a bulldog ass.
There's no bounce in there.
The bills were always paid, Tommy. All right, that's what's most important. They never wanted.
But you want that tight spice.
Vince,
there was no need for co-signers.
Again, New Blood Order podcast. I was watching. You got some really good interviews recently. Like guy from Boondocks.
Carl Jones.
Yeah, that Carl Jones was a really good interview. I was listening to that during lunch. He's got a crazy story on there that people should go check out.
Is that your latest episode, or is there another one maybe you would suggest for people to check out?
Well, yeah, our most recent, we recently put out, we interview Carl Jones and his wife like every year. Producers, of the Boondocks. He was the voice of Thug Dickerson, the voice of a lot of the characters on there,
legendary characters.
He's on like every year, but now they're moving into another direction, not direction, but another stratosphere, because they're working with Meg Thee Stallion and like folks like Lakeith Stanfield and a bunch of others to make their own animes. So now the hip hop anime community is starting to merge. But yeah, on this recent episode, Carl Jones did give a story about how he was shot at when he was bootlegging DVDs back in his hometown of North Carolina. And he also goes into very deep detail as to why him and Aaron Magruder, the original creator of the comic strip Boondocks, who also started the comic, the animated series, why they don't jive well, or why they're not seen as much anymore, even though when you think of the two of them, you think of Boondocks, but they're not necessarily. We wanted them to be like the Matt and Trey, from South Park, but didn't work out that way.
Yeah, we wanted that with Key and Peele too. Didn't get that.
Yeah,
right.
Key and Peele, well,
they're kind of they're
I still feel like Key and Peele was like a Chappelle knockoff. I'm not trying to take away from him, but
I think people thought they were going to stay together and just keep getting bigger and bigger, and then
and they're like, now it's just Peele.
He's doing commercials with Danny McBride about insurance, and they play a guitar.
Also, if you're into baseball, follow Vince, the real Vince Taylor, because he talks a lot of baseball too. He got some good interviews.
Before we get out of here, my team gassed out. Braves, man, we were killing it, and then a chugga choo choo stop, and then the Phillies said, "Hey, we're 2 games away from you now," and I'm like, no, not the Phillies.
Y'all gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. Look, every team has hit that patch this year. It's just phenomenal that the Braves are just now hitting it.
Injuries.
The Cubs hit it twice. The Cubs had 2 streaks of 10 losses. So
your team looks good. Your team looks good in third, man. They can do it. They can do it.
They're not gonna do it, but it's a good year. All right,
Okay.
it's a good year. All right, we did better than expected. We're doing better than expected, but it's still the Brewers and the Cubs this year in our division. But I will say, I did talk to Michael Harris. I don't know if you saw that interview is on my IG.
I did not see
Michael
that.
Harris.
Well,
Yep,
I'm going. I know where I'm going
Paul Weiss,
immediately as soon as we hang up. I'm going to see that. Well, we got to get out of here, man. I don't want to step on you. I apologize, but we're about to run out of time. But my man, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it as always.
Nah, thanks, y'all, man. Always good to talk to y'all, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you,
Real Vince Taylor, live from the Blurred. Are you in the Blurred Order studio? Are you in your own studio?
Yeah, I'm in the Spider-Man cave, also known as my home address. So yeah, this is where I do most of my stuff. We can call it a Blurred studio, sure.
Dig it. There you go. Well, we love you, man. Be good. We'll talk to you soon.
You too, guys. Take care.
See ya.
That is our buddy Vince Taylor.
We will see you on Monday.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Do we have our guests? Let me get rid of that. Did he go to the wrong spot? Where's that go?
That's Friday.
Yep, you're right.
Friday 1, 2.
We may have to do an intro tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that's fine. And Thursday's show's already out, so I don't really need to edit anything. I can just end and go. You know what I mean? 7, 10, 26, raw audio. Oh, man. Yep. Got it. All right. Let me get rid of Zoom. Let me clean up some of this stuff in case our guests need an extra camera. I think that'd be a really funny idea, EJ. That would be fun. Maybe we can do it if with Vince coming in here, because sometimes we schedule at least one of those or two of those, and yeah, that would be fun. And we could just go back and forth, and all four of us could talk about it. That'd be fun. I think that's doable, Christine. Your kiddo's definitely cute enough to snag, the attention of the Fanatic. Although Fanatic is the most top tier baseball mascot of all time, in my opinion. And I'm supposed to hate Philly.
God.
What are you?
No, during I was
Did you return this off or anything?
No. I was just telling our guests the wrong. I was referencing the wrong hour. Anyway, they'll be here shortly, but we may have to cut it a little short. That was my bad. The when I was telling them to show up,
I can see if she can push it back. I can ask.
No, it's all good. He should be here soon. They said 2, so it'd be real soon.
Yeah, gotcha.
So we be able if we start right when they get here.
Yeah, we'll be able to do it.
We just need a 40, and then and we don't need to record any intros.
Yeah, nothing has to be.
Yeah.
Everything's done, so we're good. Like we're fine. That's the beauty of getting that stuff done early. You know, it's like. Sorry, man.
No. For whatever reason, I was, I'm looking at the schedule, and I was like, yeah, come in like 1:45, but in my text, I was referencing 2:45. I don't know why. But anyway, it was a mistake. But they'll be here soon.
We'll work it out. I can put on some music, or we can just leave it open and talk to these people. Vistage. That's a cool name. Vistage says, I think Peel is working with Kojima on a video game. I really can't wait. That'd be cool. Probably why they went their own ways. One wanted to work on creating movies. I think No Way Out was Peel movie. Our Get Out. Get Out was the. I don't know if that was his first one, but they were good. They were really. I mean, he's definitely found what he's excellent at, right? Oh yes, finally Atlanta's gonna try and beat somebody. Fucking so terrible. I'm losing my voice. I moved, you didn't know this, but I moved the phone lines and the PC to a completely different line because I needed more gain. And it worked out better because I was able to boost up Vince's level. You know, Brian, I don't know if there are any BDMs living in Alaska. If I had to guess, I'd say no or one. We'll use the restroom while we're waiting. Ow. And I'll get these guys stuck out too.
Oh, I see what I did. Screwed up a little bit. That's fine. We'll make it work. I'll tell you, Twitch. You know, we're a skeleton crew here, so me and Daniel are doing a lot, and when you have to do a lot, there's a lot of mistakes, and then you just have to figure out a way to minimize the effect of mistakes, and then you'll get by. But the mistakes will happen no matter what. It's impossible. But it's fine. I'm not serious, you know. I just mad at myself because I realized
well, we get mad at ourselves all the
Winston
time.
probably thinks I'm crazy because I was like, I text him like Daniel's gonna be out of here at 2:45, so get here at 1:45, and then I said so we could start at 2:50, but I meant 1:50. So he probably was confused by. He's like, oh God, why does he want me to get there? But he's like, okay, and so
You know what? Not to be you, but he should have clarified this is on him. I blame our ghost.
And then
I'm joking.
And then he said, oh, we'll probably arrive by 2:30. And I said, okay. But I was thinking 1:30. Anyway, it's a little.
Well, if we get there at 2:30, that's going to be tight.
No, he's getting here at 2.
Okay.
He should be here in a minute.
Anybody want a piece of cheese? Want a piece of cheese? Want an almond or a cranberry?
No.
Or a cheese? Piece of cheese? Grady Seasons. I was listening to our local drive time radio station. Heard a familiar voice. Turns out Shannon Burke is on a rock station in Naples. Congratulations. There you go.
Oh, really?
I can see that. Is he introing songs, or is he doing... I can't imagine he wants to intro songs. He likes political stuff.
Could me and you just get a radio job right now?
Oh, my God. I dream of it every day.
But I think it's too sought after. Like, to get those jobs...
No, but we'd be better than most, because I know a lot of music shit. I know how to run a tight board. You're funny. I'm funny. Dude, we'd be better than most.
Yeah, but there's no... usually, everybody's under contract. Unless someone gets fired, we'd have to move to a...
Yeah, we'd have to move to a
Cincinnati
shittier place.
or whatever they get. Then
I could do Cincinnati.
But how do you even get an audience?
In there? No, wait.
No, that's Atlanta, right?
No, but no. Who dat is New Orleans. We dat is what's the other dat? Cincinnati. The Bengals. What are the Bengals? They're not who dat. They're something like that. They're not something like that. They're like it's like
Nah, yeah. Some sort of dat.
It's that. It's another dat.
Yeah.
It's like
I like
there's
a good
who
dat.
dat and who day. Are you just saying it's who day?
Oh, who day.
Hold on,
yeah.
I like who day better. I could do
Okay,
Cincinnati
yeah.
automatically just based on who day. I could do it.
Yeah. But you
I
talk
like
for
the
so.
colors orange. I like black.
But how do you get it out in like such a small? Like you have 6 minutes.
I could totally do it.
And then, but how do we
We
even?
do House of Dragons a little more centered. We
Yeah,
do
but-
8 minutes of that. Then I play some fucking 3 a.m. by what's that
Yeah,
band?
but
Matchbox 20.
Sometimes it takes me a minute to get to the joke that's funny. I can't get there in 2 minutes.
You'd get better at it. And we do it, and then I'd be like, oh, you watching that House of Dragons? Yeah,
yeah.
And then you'd be like, oh, we'll do it. Like, we watch that House of Dragons.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
A lot of incest on there.
Oh yeah. But,
Lots of incest on
but
there.
that's more of a white person thing.
Yeah, it definitely
Yeah,
is.
the stepmom comes in and she's like, "Oh, I know, I didn't mean to. That's already too long."
Yeah,
He's like,
no, I was about to do the post. You talked up, so you're gonna have to give me some space.
I was freaking out because
You
of time.
freaked out.
I was like, "It's coming."
I know what
I
we're
needed some space to.
I know what we're doing on tomorrow's Friday Free Show.
What?
We are practicing our newest job, which is Tom and Dan
No.
rock DJ.
Okay, yeah.
Tom
Well,
and Dan morning.
the music playing in the background is making me nervous because I
Well, there
know
was
the-
a post that I was listening for Ice Spice
I
in my
know.
right ear, and then when we get there, I'd be like, "That's hilarious! Incest sucks. This is Ice Spice. We'll be right back."
That's
what you do,
Yeah,
and I'm
you're-
that guy.
Yeah, you're too good at that. I need a lot of space. I need 45 minutes.
You're like, I like incest. You know who likes incest? SpongeBob. Here's Ice Spice. This is Big Guy from the SpongeBob movie.
Yeah.
You listen to Tom and Dan in the morning.
I need 30 to 45 minutes to find my joke, and then I say it at the end. But
Oh, that's how. You know what? That makes a lot of sense, though. That's what we've been doing.
and then I get it out. I'm like, all right, I did it. 45 minutes.
Austin
I found
Klebel, the comedian that I saw last night.
Oh.
The best part of his set when he does jokes is when he does his joke, he'll finish it, and the punchline's really funny, and he'll just stand there and he'll go, "That's it," and then he'll go sit down every time.
Oh man, hold
What?
on.
What's wrong?
No, I just I'm telling him.
I mean, I can text her and see if I can push it back. She probably isn't going to like that since I already moved it, but I'll do it.
No. It's my. I just one typo and it fucked it up.
You can fuck it up. It's a mistake, dude. It's fine. Totally fine. Who cares? I spend my life worrying about the dumbest shit. I gotta not do it. Not even a big deal. It's not. I'll get to my therapy. We'll get this done. It'll be fine. It always is. I'm sorry you guys have to hear me eat almonds. I'm trying to be healthier. So I'm eating healthier food. And eating snacks at the right time so my blood sugar doesn't plummet and then I feel like shit. Yeah, thank you, SJ. It really isn't a big deal at all. Not even for a second. God damn you, EJ. I want that. You eating Stofers? If you're eating Stofers, I would fight you and you would beat me up, but I'd fight you for it. Hi, Robert. You going to the doctor? I hope you're good. I hope it's just preventative. Almonds and cranberries are good. Almonds alone are terrible. Cranberries alone, not that good. Oh, Brian, I didn't know. Congratulations, dude. How's that going for you? You like it? So I say this, but he would hate to say it. He would hate to hear me say it because he doesn't like compliments. But inspired by wanting to be good for my hip surgery, the second one more so than the first one where they broke my femur, I started abstaining from alcohol and eating healthier before I got my surgery done. Then coming out of surgery and then leading up to surgery, I was working out. Leading up to surgery is like 5 days a week. But now that I got surgery done and I'm out, I do 6 days a week and I do 3 days a week. I do weights, and then 2 days a week I do power zone training, 45-minute rides that are pretty long and sweaty. And then I do like a low impact ride on one of the other days, and then I have a rest day. And I'm really trying to dedicate myself to being healthier. I have increased fiber. Correct. Yeah, that's in there. Dr. Powers has a lot of the stuff that he has me on. That was also part of it. It would be really dumb of me to do the Dr. Powers belly. I need to send him a copy. I need
All
to
right.
send him a copy of his thing. Wouldn't you agree it would have been stupid of me to take on the box of Digestion Reset from Dr. Powers and then be like, okay, well, every night to undo all of the stuff I did this morning from Dr. Powers, I'm going to slam 8 beers. How are you going
It'll
to?
only temporarily undo it.
No, it
it'll go-
inflames my belly bad, dude.
But then the juice will deflame
It's
it.
coming
right?
from Dr. Tom. The juice.
The brown juice he's got you taking, right?
It doesn't work quick. It doesn't work.
I
quite
hate
like
that. I hate when you have to continue
You have to
on
continue-
healthy
yeah,
living.
You do.
I
You do.
I want to go in and out of healthy living all the time.
I can even feel that like a couple beers, will make it a little less good when I go number 2. And I like the way it is now, so I'll just be like, that's fine. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I didn't even drink last night when I went to Ross's show. That was hard, man. Everybody was slamming beers. Will's had great prices on beer.
Well, it's not fun without beer.
It's not. So I had hoppy refreshers.
Nah,
They have
that's
a grade
nothing.
of NA beers. They have a lot of NA beers.
That fucking sucks.
He's not wrong.
Really. Like
He's
the
not
beer,
wrong.
you're getting drunk. You're like, yes, this makes everything better.
It does. It
It's so-
elevates. It's a mood
yeah.
elevator.
And then when I'm sober, I'm like, oh, it sucks.
But then I go to wake up, and I'm like farting, and I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And that's something that I was trying to get rid of. So it just didn't make any sense to undo everything Dr. Powers wants to do with, because I'll drink some beers. I can do 5 beers a night. That's the perfect amount. 5 small Coors, 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I were, I drove you past some of my favorite gentlemen in Orlando. There's a road here in Orlando called Corinne. On right down the road from Park FCDs, there are, and I believe they're roofers. There's an Irish family that live, and they have all kinds of Irish flags everywhere, and they've been there forever, right near Palmer's. And they seem like really nice guys. I've walked past them, ridden my bike past them, talked to them a couple times. They seem very nice. But they, sun up to sundown, sit outside and hammer Coors Light. And you got to see the guy. It was 9:15. We were on our way to the Science Center 9:30. And he was out there with 2, because you got 1 to drink and 1 that just sits there. That's your secondary beer once you pound the first one. And he had his 2 Coors Lights lined up. And he was having a breakfast beer.
Yeah.
And I could see myself in another scenario being a white roofer man sitting on the side of the road drinking beers sun up to sundown. I could see that. I could see myself doing that.
You were so good.
It's just not good for you.
Yeah.
But then
some
you
people
asked,
live
but
so long.
That was the question you asked.
Ric
So
Flair.
I'm going to pose the question
I
in the
finished
chat
the
room.
Hogan documentary.
While we're waiting, do you think that man can drink 5 Coors Lights sun up to sundown? Maybe he's probably drinking more than 5. Can he drink Coors Lights sun up to sundown and have no problems? Because I'll tell you, he is not aged. He's that thing that you've called, like what I've got now.
Him.
Well, he's stayed old since he was like 30.
The thing is, you with your liver, it's genetics. So some people just have a fucking strong ass liver, and they can drink a lot more before you get cirrhosis or get problems than another person. Like another human could drink exactly as much as that guy and be dead from cirrhosis. And that guy, if you tested liver, you could be like, oh, you got a little fatty liver, but nothing too crazy. Sometimes it's like that. It's like, and then he could do this. It's all genetics. Like we just said, the guy that was trying to live to 160, he's got some sort of stomach.
They're calling it mega IBS.
It's like some, stomach problem where, like a regular thing that
his
we all
stomach
have.
lining is eating itself.
Yeah. But it's like that's a normal thing for someone his age. And then it doesn't matter how healthy he lived or whatever. He just had that shit in his fucking genes. And then now he's got to deal with that. And it's like all the red lights in his face and all that shit that does perfect diet. And he still got the shit because of genetics.
Yeah, Christine weighs in. And Christine, I actually did this math with Tom. She says, I just can't hang, and I don't have any percentage more fun when I drink versus when I don't. In fact, the fallout from drinking is actively worse than any minute impact on the event I'm at. I kind of agree with that, but I've done the math, and you get out of 1 ice-cold Coors Light when you want it at an event, you get 12 and a half minutes of uninterrupted perfect fun, where every chemical within your body, when you take the first, 3 to 7 sips of that beer, you get 12 minutes of greatness. It's only
Yeah,
12 minutes.
no,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
you get. Then you chase it. After the 12 minutes is up, you chase it. You're chasing it into the end of that hour. If you finish 3 beers in that hour, which I could totally do, you're already on a path to feeling like shit the next day.
No,
Guaranteed.
You know,
Guaranteed.
I noticed I had the right time. Yesterday, I said 1:45.
So yell at him, like I said.
I said that were no, but then I screwed it. I said 1:45, and I said, yeah, that works perfect. 1:45, and then I was like, Daniel has to be out of the studio by 2:45.
Well,
so,
I'm not mad at you or anything. It's a mistake.
So
man.
when
Who
you
cares?
get, and I said, so when you get here at 1:45, we'll start at 2:50, and I meant 1:50. And then that 2:50 through the rest of the conversation.
He should have been smarter on this.
No, because it was the.
I'm joking.
And he's trying to haul ass here, but the problem is.
What if he gets in an accident worse than the one he's coming to tell us about?
No, when it's just now it's gonna be fucking because like I wanted to get the whole story, and now I'm
Well,
gonna
but
be
now
like,
I feel like I'm fucking it up.
no, it's not you. No, it's
Do
me.
you want me to text her to move it?
No, well, I may text him to just be like, maybe we'll do this another day.
Yeah, if he's not too far gone, yeah.
He's 8 minutes from here, but maybe I'll just be like, fuck it, we'll just
Well, whatever you think, man. If you think it's going to be rushed and reschedule it, that's no problem at all. We can even do it a late afternoon if you want to. I'll just stay here later.
we'll just we'll get through the story and instead of doing it in 40, we'll just do it in
Every minute, I'll look at
30.
you and I'm like, come on.
No,
Come on.
that's how I feel. Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
fucked
joking.
it.
I'm fucking-
One goddamn typo, I'll fucking beat myself up.
Don't.
Yeah, because it's like
I've been beating myself up all day.
why couldn't I not made a typo?
What's doing life is hard. How do you guys drink water all day? How do you do it? How do you just drink water all day? How? It's terrible. Okay, what if I played his part and you started the interview and I just started making up things that happened to me, and then as soon as he comes in, he just slides in and then we could get a couple minutes extra on the front of it. He's mad. He's mad.
Well, yeah, it just it's too much fucking shit. They just like slow down half a beat, but it's like too much to fucking do.
Here's a question from Vistage. Did I make a mistake? I won yesterday's true or false thing on Real Radio. I chose the Metro Diner gift card instead of the Chicago tickets. Is Chicago at Dr. Phillips? If it's at Dr. Phillips, yeah, you made a mistake.
Oh, I live right next to Metro Diner. I like their club sandwich.
Do they cut it in quarters?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, Metro's good. I've heard it's good. You got to try Johnny's too. Although, I gotta get some feedback from the people out there about Johnny's prices. Not throwing any shade at all. Not at all. Just asking.
Well, everything's so fucking expensive. My God.
We cook at home all the time now because of that.
I was watching the Hogan documentary, and then they were talking about the WrestleMania, and then the big one with Andre the Giant
Passing of the torch,
and in the 80s,
where he let him slam him.
and then they were like tickets have. They were talking about how popular sold out. Like some tickets have gone up to $100, and I'm like,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I'm like, God damn! Like I was born. It was in 1985. Like, in 31 years, $100 isn't worth shit now, and tickets are fucking $3,000, and I'm like, God damn, what's gonna happen in another 30 years?
Yeah, sorry. You just hit me up right now. Comedian Joe Sensabella? We've had him in here before.
Okay.
He's got a Funny Bone show on July 26th, a Sunday, and he's seeing if he could come in and shoot the shit to promote it.
I have to see. We're pretty booked. We're gonna be gone at the end of July too.
Oh, yeah. I'll
So
hit him
just
up.
send me his info. I'll see if I can squeeze it in the next 2 weeks, but we're pretty booked out.
Have Tom reach out and schedule. I like it when they reach out, though. That is nicer when they're like, hey, I got something to promote. Can I come in? It's like, thank you for doing that. You're good.
No, but my idea of the show.
It's not exactly what you wanted.
Oh yeah, well, because I want, and we need this for a future show anyway.
Yeah,
like,
that's
but
what we're doing.
I was like, it'd be a good 40-minute story, and we'll be able to slow down. I like being able to walk through because that's where you find the comedy. Anyway, I don't want. It's fine.
I mean, we can stretch it to the.
No,
I mean,
is it the,
literally, we can push it all the way to like you are good all the way at a 255, but I have to sprint to my car and go.
Nah,
But we can do 255, no problem. It's literally right on Corinne, so it's 6 minutes away, and I get 5-minute reprieve to get in there. So let's play it up as far as humanly possible. I think we can get close.
We'll do a 30. It will be done by 250. That's fine.
I'm sorry, buddy. Johnny Rockets. You know, Melissa, I haven't been to Johnny Rockets in a very long time. Do they still sing and dance and do the doo-wop bullshit? Figured you would be very uncomfortable at Johnny Rockets.
Yeah.
That's not your thing.
Like I don't need any of this.
You know who,
although that place in New York, that's right there near Broadway, where all the Broadway shows are. I forgot the name of the cafe, but they have like
where they sing and dance.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like
that's cool. Did you go there?
Yeah. Me and Crystal and the boys went there, and like they're performing the whole time, and like it's good. Yeah. But although you got some of the best, the most talented people in the goddamn world doing it, so it's like
I've thought about that sometimes, like how many the concentration of talented people in certain areas, just singers up the road in the theme park area. How many singers? You're good with Gezadovers. How many just really good? Like, I mean, I can name 2 friends of ours, right? Like Summer's down there, and she's a hell of a great singer.
I don't know how many they employ though. Like in
what's up, man? How are you? Hey, good to see you. No, you're good. You're good. It's my fault for having therapy. What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you.
Everything was there, and I was like, but then the one thing that got me was like,
here, I'm gonna scene change real fast, guys. Hold on.
I'll manage the pacing of it, but we'll get right into it.
Don't worry about me. All right, I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff, get it out of the way.
Because usually I fluff it up, or I do a lot of bullshit at the beginning.
He's a fluffer.
I'll get the fluff out.
and we'll let Ryan start because he's kind of we kind of made him the leader of the group. He's the one that runs these trips for us.
Okay, all right, cool.
So
all right, we'll talk about it.
Get about that close to it for me. Yeah, you can move this
out here.
But I'm gonna raise it up a little bit for you.
Cool.
And you just want to be like that.
Cool.
All right, beautiful. All right,
we'll get right into it.
Everybody looks good. I gotta tell you, Ryan is rivaling your hair.
Let's go.
That is good ass hair, bro. What is your product? I mean, like, we don't have time for this.
Use a dry guy.
He's killing it.
I got some wet ass shit at Publix, and it's all wet and greasy, and it ruined my dry.
All right, we're good. Good warm up. All right, that's the quickest warm up.
Ryan is hair cockling me. He's got a nice dry one.
This guy's mad as hell, and you come in with the best hair on his worst hair day.
It's all slicked back and looks stupid.
If you need more or less in your headphones, they're behind you. There's a number on your your headphones, and you can kind of dial it in. So like, you're number 1 and you're number 4.
Quit putting grease in the hair product. I need dry fluff. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. I will start.
Okay.
Is this coming back?
That was the beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. In 3, 2. It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. So we've talked about this a lot. We have a fantasy football league that we've been in for 20 years.
I'm kind of proud of that. To be
This
honest
is
with
the
you.
21st year. I've
Yeah.
never won. I swore last year I'd win, but I didn't.
Now I've won once, and was I in the finals twice?
All right. Enough about you.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So, in our fantasy football league, there's a gentleman named Winston, and he's been in the league for over a decade now, right, Winston?
About that,
Yeah. And so last year, Winston was involved in like a horrible hiking accident. And we never talked about it. We referenced it a couple times in the show, just about how crazy it was.
It came
and
up on the
how
stream,
you almost died.
and then we
Yeah.
just kind of we passed right through it because we were like, not the time.
And at the time a year ago, Winston was still getting through your injuries, and so I was like, I'll give it a beat, but I want to get Winston on to tell the story about what happened, because in our group chat, we have a group fantasy football chat. What you were saying happened to you was crazy.
It's
It
hard to
blew my
read.
eye. It's insane.
It was hard to read.
So Winston is here. How you doing, Winston?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
I'm going to give you a
Appreciate it.
quick blast.
And
Here
then
we go.
Winston's friend Ryan's here too, who was on the trip.
That's good hair, Ryan, to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Good hair, Ryan.
And so let's just talk about let's get to it. And where was this at? And describe like the pre-planning of what the trip was going to be.
Yeah, so and actually I'll let Ryan kind of take over on that, but Ryan kind of put together a trip where we go every year. I think we did 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row for y'all. I had been doing it a few years before them.
Okay.
So I'd kind of got my feet wet, and then they saw some pictures on some social posts, and they were like, dude, I need to do this too. Can you get us a trip out there? I was like, hell yes, let's go.
There you go.
Yeah. So, I do kind of the logistics and the research and pick out the mountains and figure out which we can handle, because we're, Florida guys.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah,
yeah.
flat
But
guys, yeah.
mountain hiking and stuff is really just stamina mix. I mean, you're not getting into actually some Alex Honnold like free
No,
soloing.
It's mountaineering though, so you do have various terrains, and you do have class 1, 2, 3, and 4, then 4.1 all the way to what, 4.9?
It goes to 5.
Goes to 5.
So
you can hit variables. for
Yeah.
sure.
And that's the thing, is we have increased our spiciness as we've gone. And so now with this latest one, we were on some pretty heavy class 3 stuff that is more scrambling. You're using, feet
No
and
trails.
hands. You're just kind of boulder hopping from one to the next. There's no path.
and there's no ropes.
Right.
Yeah. So
No
no safety ropes and climbing, and there are cliffs near you, and it's dangerous.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
can
what
be.
what mountain is this, and where is it at?
So this is it's southwest Colorado. It's called Ice Lake Basin is the place that we were exploring essentially. And the actual, there's a series of mountains. It's kind of this coliseum of mountains. And the place we were going to was Golden Horn.
Okay.
So it's called Golden Horn.
And so how, like, just describe when you say like a class 3 hike, how fit do you need to be to do this? Like, because not everybody could even do a
Well,
class
maybe we
3
should start with who
Sure.
can't do this.
So-
Can like a kind of like an old man in his 60s do this?
Yes. Well, and that's the thing is a lot of it is willpower. A lot of it's
It's your mind.
mental. You need a base physical fitness that like your lungs and your heart can handle this altitude. We're at 13,000 feet on this one.
Sure.
So your body is going to react differently. So, can you hike 10 miles in a day? Can you wear a 30-pound pack while hiking 10 miles in a day? Can you gain a mile of elevation in a day and do it? And then when it comes to the actual class 3 scrambling,
Loose rock.
yeah,
There's
it's
a lot of variables.
And you have to do it timely enough to get back before nightfall.
bingo. Well,
Actually, even more so, it's monsoon season, something I didn't know that existed, and that's what really kind of got us.
Yes.
There's
So
a
it's-
monsoon season in Colorado.
it's the rule of thumb is to be back under the tree line by noon because these thunderstorms, like here at 3 o'clock, like thunderstorms roll in the mountains, and they are not forgiving.
And you don't want to be
Yeah.
out in the open with no trees around during a lightning storm.
Yeah,
And
you really don't want to be, Winston.
No, you don't. I mean, you
I
think
don't
about
think
it
I
too.
remember this part of the story.
Yeah, well, you get ore from mountains. You get iron ore and all that stuff from mountains. So you're basically sitting on a bunch of metal and rock when you're up there. And
Yeah.
you're the highest point.
So you're doing
God.
a more difficult hike that requires planning. It requires
More
getting-
intent, more thought.
Yeah. And there's how many? What's your group size that you're doing?
3
So
total
we-
this year.
Yeah, there were 3 of us. And the real trick with this one was, there are 53 to 58 14ers, depending on who you ask, 14,000-foot peaks in
Yeah.
Colorado. There's tons of information about those. There's trail maps, there's videos, there's, so much information that I can map everything out and be like, oh, this looks familiar. I know exactly where we need to go. This one, because it's a 13er and they've got hundreds of those, not a whole lot of beta out there. So once we went beyond the Ice Lakes Basin, which is just this most beautiful,
lake.
crystal blue lakes, just it's really like postcard stuff. Once you go beyond that, there's not a lot of information.
You're in
So,
Mordor.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just looking at a
Mordor.
pile
Oh
of
my
rocks and
God.
some spires coming off, and you have to find the trail yourself. So route finding is a really big aspect of what we were doing that day.
What's interesting about that is like I never thought about that. Like the 14,000 mark is very popular amongst hikers and mountain climbers and stuff. So like you could find tons of content of exactly how to climb 14,000 foot
Oh, yeah.
because it's the most popular. But then you go down to 1,000 foot less and there's like no information at all. And they're like old hiking maps and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Chester Copperpot was on the mountain.
that's right.
yeah.
But I think it was 27 feet under 14, wasn't it?
And that's
Yeah.
and that's the thing is as soon as it goes to 13,999, they're like, that's not even a mountain.
So now
Crazy, man.
So let's talk about that day. When was there any inkling at all that there was some sort of
Danger.
or like, hey, we may have miscalculated this. We have to hurry up, or like, I've been in a lot of situations where like,
You were in one today. You're like literally
like-
5 minutes ago. We're in one of these, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, this is
And
my
I'm like, what do you mean? Oh no, I gotta go to therapy. He's like, uh-oh.
By the way, this is why I don't do any of this stuff because I'm at least self-aware enough to know that I'll kill myself because I will not plan it out the right way. I'll not bring the right equipment. I'll be like, "Where's the water bottle?" It's 8 hours in anyway.
Normally, the second part of this statement is he goes, I'm so self-aware, I will not kill myself. And he goes, and that makes me a genius.
That's right.
I'm like, can I jump over this? Anyway,
So we first kind of, ears perked up was when we had gotten beyond the basin, and the whole day it was kind of a gloomy day. There were clouds shrouding the peaks, so we couldn't really see them, but it felt fine. It was calm. The forecast was good. We got up above the basin, so we're route finding the whole way. We finally get to the saddle, what's called the saddle. So that's the low point between peaks,
okay.
but that's, up above the basin that is below. So we get to the saddle, we can actually start to see what's on the other side of everything. Off in the distance, way off in the distance, there were some clouds that looked a little more ominous than just like the fog kind of that we had been hiking into all day.
And are you considered the leader?
He is.
And the
He
reason
knows
I'm
his
asking
stuff,
is
yeah.
you telling this story. I just want to reflect, and I think the listeners agree. I'm very calm listening to you. I like your cadence and the way I would feel very calm if you were leading me to do this. I'd be like, oh yeah, this guy
He
knows.
loves being out there.
Yeah.
I went out there for the physical and mental strength.
Sure.
Really lives for this shit.
Yeah.
This
I
stuff.
Yeah.
really,
We
I
got to
really
cuss on
enjoy
air?
it.
No,
We
you
got to
can't,
cuss.
but it's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're fine. You're fine.
No, so it's a really good break from reality to be out there. No cell service, no people.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
You can't see a road from the top
Yeah,
of these
no social
mountains, and
media.
I love
Bye.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like I'm gonna go out to Colorado in a couple weeks. Me and my wife want to climb Mount Sopris. out
Oh, I've
there.
heard this before. This is how court cases start. That court case. That's how that court case. And then she's like, he picked up a rock and bashed my skull. And he's like, no, that bitch was like, she was
Listen.
trying to hit me with a rock.
No. I come back. I'm like, she fell.
Yeah, exactly. That's her footprint on her back.
Yeah, and then they're like, we found her alive. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, they were like, other climbers saw him kick her down the mountain.
No, I'm joking. Okay, so anyway, you see some dark clouds, and you're always that move where like, I think they're heading away from us, but they're like, next thing you know, they're twice as big as you.
Well, and that's the thing is they're miles and miles away. You're kind of looking. They're the only ones. Everything else looks fine. You're like, there's a pretty slim chance that they're heading right for us, but I still don't like it. Now, us coming from Florida and us training to get there and going through all these things, this is our last summit of the trip. There's a little bit in you that's like, screw it, we can do it.
Yeah, push past.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're from Florida. We know this weather.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
we're around lightning all the time.
There's a level of confidence that we have there
It's-
with storms, sure.
It's arrogance.
And
not
you already
confidence.
got so far, you need a summit.
Well, and it's right there. Like
Yeah,
the summit's
you
right
see
there.
it.
5 minutes probably.
So
yeah.
we had the conversation. I said it out loud. I was like, we need to make a decision right now. We need to figure out, are we doing this or do we turn around and just say, hey, it'll be here. We can come back another year and try and bag this. We decided
Tom
to,
had this conversation about this interview.
we decided, right?
He's like, I'm about to text him. We need to make a decision. Are we
Gotta
doing
make a
this?
decision.
But by the way, that feeling has killed a lot of basically every Mount Everest climber that has
Right.
been died on there. It's
Right.
like, and there's always that story of like, man, we're so close. It's right there.
It's a man killer in all aspects of the term.
Yeah,
Right?
sure,
So,
sure.
so you
We
decide to
never wanna
push.
Stop.
And but also it's not Mount Everest, and so you're like worst case scenario. It's not like we're gonna be like for sure like, and you're stuck in Mount Everest. It's a 100% death sentence.
Sure.
But this is like okay, even if it does rain, it's not a death sentence.
Right.
It's just
Sure.
It's
It's just
uncomfortable.
gonna
It's
rain.
dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the thing is the first peak of this trip, it rained on us and it was fine. And
Yeah.
there was no electricity and we went up and yeah, it was windy and yes, it was raining, but like never heard a crackle of thunder. It was fine. So we were kind of like, all right, well, if we go and I'm going to throw you under the bus. So when I said, hey, we need to make a decision right now, like, do we go and roll the dice a little bit or do we just do the right thing and go back? And somebody in our group said, I have no intention of turning around right now.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that sounds like.
Well,
I put
and-
the camera on you. I put the camera on you for maximum effect.
Just hold on. To Winston's defense, he at
I think
least-
that's cool as hell.
he was the one that paid the ultimate price.
This is true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you get to
He
decide.
had
God
he
just
had
goes, all
no
right, there's my
intention-
boy. That's him.
So like Winston would have felt bad if it was one of you that fell.
Yeah.
Right. So you'd be like, oh, I did that.
So like he did pay the price for making that decision.
Yeah.
So
Touche. So he said that, and I said, okay, boys, like we have got to run up this mountain. Like we've got to haul ass. There was something that just made me like, we are now in an extreme hurry.
Well, to my credit though, there's also like a 20-minute picture time where I'm getting photos of everybody too. So we
There
did
is.
do that.
Well,
Yeah,
once we
yeah.
got to the
Let
top.
me put a filter on it.
But
Oh,
that's-
I
yeah.
look like a minion.
So we
they always show those photos on the news, by the way, after the
Yeah.
tragedy.
That's
So,
right.
like-
It's the last known. That's
Yeah.
right.
But they put the
It's
picture
on
in
my
the
phone,
corner while
actually.
they have the helicopter live coming out. And they put your happiest photo in the corner.
yeah.
So we ran up to the summit essentially. I've got a video and I don't even remember going up, honestly. After everything else that happened after, I don't remember going up.
Suck the energy out of it.
We just
yeah.
hauled ass. Yeah. So we get to the top. I've got a video of me like just gasping, just like, okay, we made the summit. Okay, here, check this out. This is so awesome. Whatever. Still not really seeing those real dark clouds. I poured over that video many times and I'm like, it just kind of looked the same. And then Nate and Winston got there a few minutes after I did. And when they got there, I was like, boys, I'm done with this summit. Like, we got to go. And it's like, let's take a beat. Let's take some pictures. Okay,
It's like,
let's
Tom,
get a
Tom's like,
bite.
let's all smoke a joint, get our
Get
head
about-
right.
yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well-
like that guy in Everest. I'm like, let me do a backflip real quick.
That's right. Hold on, hold on. Watch this, y'all.
I'm like, let me take my gloves off and do a backflip. And they're like, come on with the Sherpas. Like, let's go. And then I'm like,
gotta go. So it was, and so, I agreed. And we got some pictures. Like, You know what? We've been working real hard all morning long. This is 10:45 in the morning. So, we started hiking at dawn. Um, I remember like daybreak had just come on, so I took my headlamp off, left it in the truck. Forecast looked good. Took my rain pants out of my pack, lightened up the load, left them in the truck. Um, so yeah, so I had taken my first bite of my sandwich, and boom, and you just hear the thunder, and your stomach just drops all the way out of your.
Time to go.
Yeah. So jam everything in the packs. We have to go. Like, we have to go right now. No dicking around. Like, this is now an emergency. So I remember Winston saying, I will plow down this mountain. Do you want me to lead? And I was like, nope, dude, let me get us out of here. Let's go.
My nickname is the Mountain Gorilla.
He is the mountain gorilla.
All right.
Because
I
of
like
my
that.
size,
Yeah,
and I'll get on all fours and just start climbing up rocks.
This guy
Yeah.
will do some of the most incredible things on a mountain where you're just like, how in the hell did you get there, man? And he will just go.
Mountain
Send him to
gorilla.
go. He's
Good
he's
name.
one of the best route finders I've ever experienced.
There
Like,
you go.
he will go find a way for you. Um,
You a good route finder, Tom?
Well,
What do they call you on the mountain?
well, yeah, I'm like
They're
the
like, oh, the
mountain.
cops here. Put your joints away.
I'm more of a mountain snake.
Okay. Yeah. Seldom seen, never heard.
Well, yeah. I
Quiet
like.
in the shadows.
I got my oil and I got my Slytherin. That's what the mountain snake has got. All right, sorry.
no, you're good, dude. So yeah, so we started. I mean, we started bolting down the mountain. Like, we had to go. So I mean, it's technical terrain, but it was loose enough that we could kind of plunge step, where you can run or just kind of jump, and the rocks will give a little bit when you land. And so we're just screaming down this mountain, and we come to this one spot, and essentially in our minds was get as low as you can as fast as you can, right? So we get to this one spot, and there's this nice, like, kind of smooth scree field going down to the left.
Scree is like loose rock.
It's
Okay.
it's small, loose rock. Just picture it as
I knew
like
what that was.
a bigger, jagged sand dune,
All right.
And so I start peeling off to the right because the exit where we need to go to get to the saddle is to the right.
And there's no marked trails. I'm just
Oh,
trying to say,
absolutely not.
so people
Nothing.
know it's just the side of a mountain. There's no anything to show you like here. This is the way
The
down.
No,
terrain
these-
looks like Mars. It's red
Yeah,
rock.
it's
Okay.
It's
just
really
red
bizarre.
piles of rocks and outcroppings and little nooks that you can get through and hop over this rock and get down on that
And is
spot.
it pouring and thundering lightning?
No, it's
Okay.
it's just thundering right now.
Okay.
But the thundering, the lightning is getting more frequent.
It's kind of
a little
applying
bit.
pressure to you, I would imagine,
It is.
mentally.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It
because
is.
is the thunder, I can only imagine, we know how storms work. It's getting more, it's
It's building.
increasingly
We
big.
were like
Yeah.
the guy on the Great Outdoors who keeps getting struck. We're like
Yeah.
in the woods just running from yeah.
6 times. That's right.
Yeah.
So it's building. And somehow Winston had maybe got ahead of me, or just we were just
Mountain Gorilla
everyone
Mountains.
was moving so fast. It happened very, very quick, and he ended up going down that
It's a
left
couloir.
path.
It's like a little
it's
crevice that comes in. It's
couloir.
like water over eons that have made this little divot into the side of the mountain. I went down that.
And so he just trudged down. He plunged step 100 feet probably. So he's way down below us, and we're peeling off this way to the exit, and I had to go back and be like, Winston, you got to come back up, man. Like, you're gonna get cliffed out down there. Like, all that is waiting for you down there are cliffs, because I've done what research I can, and I know that part ends in cliffs. It's just a sheer
I did
rock
not do
face.
any research, and I didn't believe
Mountain
it.
gorillas don't do that.
They don't need to. Yeah,
well,
they find a
Winston
way.
don't research.
Yeah.
Listen, and that's why you're in our fantasy football
Yeah,
league.
exactly.
You're
Love
just
this
like
man.
you're one of us. With
Yeah.
no research.
Yeah.
You just I'm
You're
like
one
you-
of us too, but you're one of the smarter ones.
Thanks, dude.
You're not one of us. You know what I mean. Go Georgia.
So being cliffed out is like basically you went down a trail, and if you continue to go, you're not going to be able to get back up at all.
Correct.
You
Right.
still-
It's
you have
one
to
way
go
down.
back. Yeah.
Just
Right.
one way down.
So and that's the thing is oftentimes when you're cliffed out, you can't go back up.
Yeah.
So now you're just stuck
Separated
in a spot.
from your group too.
Right.
I'd
It
like
gives
to
me
give you another
adrenaline, yeah.
storyteller. I got to give you a compliment. Chat room is hanging on every blanket word. So let's continue.
Good.
This is
Fair.
good.
So I told him I told him you've got to come back up, man. Like, you got to come back up, and we have to go this way. I understand where he was coming from, because think about, like, you're in an emergency, you just ran down 100-foot sand dune, and now somebody's asking you run back up that 100-foot sand dune. and try and go a different way. And so he's like, no, like that's too far, that's too slow. And I agreed with him in the moment. I was like, yeah, like we are in a situation right now that like we can't stop moving for a while. And so I was like, okay. And he said, I can't. I'll meet you around. He was like, I'll get to you, and Mountain Gorilla will get to us. You just figure like, okay, he'll figure it out. He'll find a way. And so,
because at this point, waiting for him to come back up, because you try to scramble back up 100 feet of elevation.
How long could that take?
I mean, just a slog.
I mean, in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and it would completely exhaust him. Like he wouldn't have the energy, because we are 7 miles from the trailhead at this point, maybe 8 miles from the trailhead.
So you got a lot to go,
and 5,000 feet of elevation loss. Woo! So we are very far from home. So it would have burned him out anyways. But also just you're not thinking long term. You're thinking like right now, I have to be somewhere that's not here.
Yes.
So we, I'm like, okay, just like find a way. And so Nate and I continued down towards the saddle. Rain started pouring. The lightning started getting extremely close. So we ended up just finding this little outcropping, just like this little rock. And honestly, like we ended up kind of cliffed out too. Like I don't remember where we, took the wrong turn or whatever, but basically we were surrounded by, it's a 30-foot drop all around us. And now this lightning is on top of us. Now it's hailing. Now it's pouring down rain. But there was this little outcropping, and Nate and I were able to just like tuck ourselves underneath it, just to where basically ass to helmet was covered. Our extremities are still out in the elements, but like I had to, I took my hiking poles off and just threw them as far away from us as we could, because I didn't want little lightning rods. I took my pack off, threw it out there, just get me under this. By the way, being under a little rock means nothing to lightning.
Like, well, you're saying,
but you know what? Metal. As you were saying it, I felt great.
You're like, okay, they're safe. They're totally safe.
I would have thrown my helmet too, because I'm like, I'm not dying with a helmet on.
Hell no. No, here's the thing.
My pop up.
Well, here's where things evolved, and the reason that you wear a helmet is not to fall. It's because when the rain starts flowing, and now there's a little river that starts going, and that river jars up rocks. So now rocks start clicking down.
Oh my God.
And now bigger rocks start clicking down, and you're just getting pelted with hail.
Because you're part of erosion at that point.
So I want you, and I wore this specifically. Like I was at Disney with my family, so I didn't like know that this was happening, but just happened to be here. I was wearing these shoes and these shorts and a shirt very similar to this and a rain jacket. All I had.
And that's all you had. And then so your
temperature went from 75.
It went from 82 to 41, I think. Yeah. In a matter of like 3 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, you're hiding underneath the cliff. You're getting pelted by rocks and rain and stuff. And Winston's still gone.
Right. Yeah. So we're a couple hundred yards away from Winston. We're not sure what he's up to. I don't know if you want to jump in now for that. Because
And I remember some of the last memories I have was I remember looking at the side of the mountain, and I see like water trickling down from the rain. I remember seeing algae on the side of the mountain and being like, humans don't really come down this way. You're in a bad spot. And there was another outcropping. It was like a point that I had to wrap myself around. I felt like to get to the other side would be my way down. So I did it. And I remember the surge of adrenaline and relief that I had once I made it around that one outcropping. It was like, because I knew if I would have fallen, it was crazy because I do have a fear factor in me. And for whatever reason, and I was afraid, but I just kept going, and I don't know why. And I went around, I made it around that end around, and the mountain is known, I didn't know about this till afterwards, it may have been brought up, but it's known for its kitty litter-like rock. So it'll crumble underneath you and turn into like kitty litter. It's a 40-million-year-old mountain. It's an ancient volcano.
Yeah, it's called Fresh Pet Mountain.
Yeah, exactly.
Fresh scent.
Yeah.
Fresh
Google,
scent.
It's beautiful.
For the listeners, Google Golden
Yeah.
Horn in Silverton, Colorado.
Yeah.
And
pregnant women can't climb that mountain. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
right.
weird.
Or cows.
Or people allergic to ammonia. And then so I got to a stable spot, and then right then my right foot gave out, and I looked down and I saw a massive boulder, and I fell. I'm tumbling. My memory.
Are you ragdoll falling? Like, are you hitting things?
I think I was, but I thought for the longest time I thought that it was a straight fall. but I used to have scars all over my shoulders, on my buttocks,
probably
and on my
bounced.
backs. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
think I was
God.
rolling and bouncing off that. I did have a helmet on, and
Thank
it was
God.
I know,
Mhm.
and bouncing all around, and then all of a sudden there was this boom, and my right buttocks hit that boulder. And I remember blacked out. I remember thinking, "Oh my God, I'm dead." But then for whatever weird reason, I was like, "No, because if you're thinking this, you're not dead." And then all of a sudden, my head hit another rock, and blood went all over my face. And I kind of came to again. And then I slid a little bit, and then I stopped. And I remember thinking, okay, something bad just happened. And I felt the back of my leg underneath the like underneath my butt cheek. And I felt what I thought was my femur, because it was like protruding out under my skin, but it was actually my pelvis. So for your listeners, your pelvis is right below your belly button. That was in the back of my leg. The doctors declared it a vertical shear, a jumper's pelvis. So when you jump, half of your hip and pelvis slide up. And so I was stuck there, and I looked up and I saw, I mean, obviously this time is going to be extrapolated now because I don't know, I don't have a concept of time at this point.
I do.
Yeah. And so I looked up, and there's a rock falling down. It's pouring down rain at this point, or not pouring, but it's definitely raining. Lightning's everywhere. And I remember thinking that I'm going to get stuck in a mudslide. I need to slide down. So I had to straighten my leg out to slide down the mountain. And I remember doing that. And that was, I don't think there's such thing as a pain level of 10, because I think you just pass out, which is what I was doing. But I felt that 9, every bit of that 9. And I remember screaming, just like, it was just this blood curdling scream I let out. I slid down, I went to another rock, and then I took my helmet off because I couldn't breathe very well. I took my helmet off and I set it down, but it was on such an incline, it just rolled down the mountain.
So yeah, so we
Jesus.
oh dude, so we were over, we were over in our little outcropping and just all the time, wondering what Winston was up to. And we
hanging
were
out.
well, and I think that, so everything's covered in
You're like, he snuck a joint in his
yeah,
package. He's out there
little
smoking.
bastard is over there
Smoking
he's
doobies.
shotgunning beers
He's
without us.
probably on X videos.
Yeah.
He's watching porno.
Yeah. But you never
So-
think something's wrong until
Well, until right,
Yeah.
and so we're sitting there, and so here's the thing: is like I'm here, Nate's next to me, this this little rock, and then we're here, and then there's the little river coming down this way. Winston's 200 meters that way, 200 yards that way, and I can just see the cliff face that's over there. So everything's covered in hail and ice at this point. It's all kind of freezing over.
And the lightning is,
And we're in, like I said, we're in this coliseum of mountains, and I'm just looking at these other mountains just getting blasted by lightning. And I was furious. I got so angry under that rock of just, like, I just knew I was going to get hit. Like you just have that feeling of like, I'm so pissed off because I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Mother
And
Nature
it was
does not
that,
care.
no, and it was that crackle. Like, when you're in a house and a house gets hit by lightning where it's like the crackle and then boom, but like,
it's instant.
yeah, the crackle doesn't even
Yeah.
get to crackle before the boom.
It's like,
And it was constant, dude.
Wow.
Like, I mean, every 10 seconds, just bam, and you're just sitting there, just like, fucking, come on, you're
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan on the top of the mast. Just like,
Yeah, take me now.
that's right, you pussy. So yeah, so it was this weird, like, infuriating moment where you're just so frustrated and helpless is really what it was, and then it kind of started to dissipate a little bit, and it was, it was blowing through, and things got quiet. And then I just remember hearing a rock fall, and there's a very distinct sound to the clack, clack, clack of rock. And I looked over to where I thought Winston was, and I saw it looked like somebody had shot 2 microwaves out of a cannon, and these 2 giant rocks just come flying out of that couloir that he was in. And I'm just like, oh shit. And so I tucked back under, and I said to Nate, I was like, man, I hope Winston's okay. And as soon as I said that, something told me, like, look again. And I looked back, and he was face down on the bottom.
oh my God.
And so it was in that moment that it had happened. And I looked, and then like tucked in to miss the actual fall, and then looked right back, and I'm like, fuck, Winston's down. And so I go climbing out. I go and grab my backpack to get my phone, and did the satellite SOS. So, first order of business, Nate's hollering for him. trying to get his
Yeah.
attention.
He goes, Winston, you okay? And I go, no, I
No,
think
no,
I
no, no,
broke
no.
my femur.
No, that was later, dude, because
Was it?
you were
Yeah.
out for what? Like
Yeah.
we were sure he was dead. Like
So he's just laying there face down.
face down, face down on a pile of rocks, and it's a 45-degree, where just like it's just a.
You don't know where he fell from, and you're like, oh, he fell, he's dead.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
I know that he just fell off a big ass cliff. Is
Yeah,
all
yeah.
I know. And so I was positive in that moment. Like I said Winston's down, but like in my head I was thinking Winston's dead.
My wife is 6 months pregnant at the time.
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know, I know. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Have
That's,
one
well, I
last-
thought, yeah.
Have
I
some
was like,
fun.
oh, yeah, he considered having a kid and the pain in the. I mean, so Nate starts hollering at him, no response for a while. I get to my phone, call the SOS, find the satellite, get a response, and just start ticking away. Here's where we are. Here's what's happened. Just giving them all the information I can give. And then was when you kind of came to, and we heard the bellow, the yell when he was trying to move. And that was the thing, is we're sitting there like, don't fucking move, man. Like, stop moving.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's sliding down this mountain because he thinks that this rock is coming at him. And so he's crawling down this mountain, just screaming bloody murder. We're like, dude, stop moving, Meanwhile, the SOS is communicating, but like, because of where we were situated, like, I don't have directional connection with satellites all the time.
Yeah.
So like, for half of the time, I'm not in connection with the satellite. So just stress level just goes to 1,000.
Pause 1 second.
Yeah, go
We're
ahead.
going to keep going. I'm going to edit this at 31.
Okay.
Keep going. Stream's going to stay on. SJ's going to run it, and then I'll come in and remote out of here.
Okay, okay.
So we'll
yeah.
be fine.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
can you run it
Yeah,
without
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
100%.
guys.
Cool. No, you're good,
I gotta
bud.
go
Yeah,
get
sorry,
on
sorry.
crazy.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
just-
no, 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 yeah, because I want to finish the story
Yeah.
there for the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
come back after therapy
Yeah, yeah.
and shut all this
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah.
All right,
Okay,
brother.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Thanks,
Sorry,
dude.
guys.
So-
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
So-
Winston, love you,
See you,
brother.
buddy. Love you too, man.
So right now, Winston is in and out of consciousness,
Incapacitated.
Correct.
Yeah.
incapacitated, far from you. Like, could you even get down to where he was?
That was the problem, is there was still lightning everywhere. We couldn't figure out a way to get down. We didn't want to go venturing out into the open, just fully exposed, but also like Winston was fully exposed down there. Now it seemed like you had a little more protection than us, but like once I got down there, I was like, no, this is way worse.
There was lightning everywhere. It was
Yeah.
intense. I mean, and I just had to cuddle up and just sit there and pray. So one little tidbit too, when my mom was pregnant with me, my dad died 99 days before I was born. I did this math after when I was in the hospital, and I remember telling my mom has since passed in 2005. I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mom, you got to let me get out of this. Like, I got to get home to her.
Yeah.
I haven't told the story in a while.
No,
sorry.
I didn't know. Yeah.
But I was like, I got to get home to her because she needs her dad.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that is crazy heavy.
And I felt calm after that, though. It was really wild. It
Well,
was a strange moment.
But
Sorry.
also, Winston, you'd be like, oh, this happened to my dad. Maybe I shouldn't do a dangerous mountain climb.
Well, that's what all my buddies said afterwards. Yeah.
I could have just been home
Yeah,
chilling.
just
I
hang
know,
out for a
man.
few more months.
Yeah. But so, yeah, I mean, that adds to it where it's like, you constantly, that enters everybody's mind where like premonitions, and this is because everybody has that in the back of the mind, like, oh, what if the storm does come and we get into a horrible situation? You're like, no, because so many times it doesn't happen.
Right.
But then
Correct.
you find yourself, you're like, oh man, like, and then I've found myself in dangerous situations before where it plays on my mind. I'm like, the story that they're gonna tell is like, why did he do this or this has happened, and all of a sudden they should have left earlier and they got caught by the storm, and then it avalanches,
Yeah.
pun intended, out of control, and then that's how people find themselves in crazy emergencies like that.
Mother Nature does not care.
Yeah.
So
no mercy on it.
So at this point, you're just trying to call rescuers because Winston, do you realize like I'm never gonna walk out of here? Like I need to be
I didn't know how I
rescued.
was going to get out at all. I had my iPhone. We all had iPhones, which everybody out there get a Garmin InReach, but we had our iPhones, and my SOS was not picking up. It was actually bouncing off my Garmin watch and singing SOS, but there was no communication, and they just can't send resources out to do that.
So he is at the base of a very large cliff. So the communication was actually worse from where he was because the rock is blocking out your line of sight to the
Okay.
satellites, like to a much more significant degree. so we were stuck there, and he was down, and we told him like there was more weather coming in. We could see the weather coming in. So we were yelling at him to get your hard shell on because he was just in a t-shirt at the time. And so
No pants.
No, yeah, he was
kidding.
Winnie the Pooh's
Like
his
you're
way around the
Porky
mountain.
Winnie the Pooh in it.
Yeah,
So
dude.
like you are the mountain
But
girl.
he waiting for nothing,
Really
man.
is.
You climb mountains with no pants.
This
That's
guy.
awesome.
Balls
It's a
of
weird moment for
steel.
everybody else, but I was comfortable.
Yeah, because hypothermia is now a thing because it's 40 degrees
buddy,
raining.
And that
We're-
occurred.
we're-
My body tip was in the 70s.
So
Wow.
we at this time, I wasn't considering that. You're not thinking about that part of it, but I do remember back, and when we were sitting there waiting on that lightning, I was shivering like uncontrollably. Like I couldn't stop shivering. And Nate, of course, had rain pants, and he just slid them on. And was like, "All right, we're good."
He's a NASA guy.
Yeah,
Of
he's
course
a
he's
NASA
gonna
guy.
have
He's
his
Oh,
stuff.
He's
NASA
smarter.
nerd.
He's
Yeah.
smarter than us.
You're like,
Loser.
I have my NASA space pants.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat
He
you
Robot
just like
first.
he just snapped his hands, and they were on him. Boom.
Yeah.
So, at this point, we're trying to yell him like, get your hard shell on. We've got some more weather coming in. We've got help on the way. Try to stay still. Just trying to get some encouragement to him. But we were pinned down for 45 minutes after he had fallen. I'm looking at the communication with SOS afterwards, and I was like, damn, dude, like we couldn't get out there for 45 minutes. And finally, this next wave had blown through of weather, and he stopped responding. Like he was hollering back to us as best he could. But the weather started to clear out, and he stopped responding. And
Wow.
so Nate was like, he needs us now. And I'm like, hell yes, okay.
Because when you have those type of injuries, internally you could be bleeding out.
Dude, there's 1,000 things that we were worried about of like, oh boy, this could be,
Yeah.
And speaking of your pelvis, I saw Travis Pastrana when he had like a parachuting accident. He landed on his pelvis, and then he's like, I think I'm bleeding out. And like he knew it, but externally he was fine, but internally he's like, I broke my pelvis, and then like there's tons of arteries down there and stuff that you could bleed out internally easily.
There's a lot going on there, and that was So I dealt with rhabdomyolysis, hypothermia. They had my pelvic injury. It protects things like your intestines, bladder, urethra, prostate, all those things. So yeah, your body does all hands on deck. You start to any sort of damage that occurs, the blood starts to leave your extremities and goes to your core and all that. So there's a lot going on there, which we didn't know anything about at the time.
Which probably accelerates hypothermia.
It does,
Because now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like your
I had
blood.
bruising all along my fingertips and along my toes in the hospital because everything was just leaving. Yeah.
So how long total were you there injured on the side of that mountain?
Oh, buddy, we're like 20% of the way through this.
Oh wow! Okay. So this is only 20% of it. So he stopped responding, and then now what do you think to yourself like, Winston's dead. He's got some I can't get to him. It's still pouring. Like it's gonna be a while before rescuers get here.
We just thought we have to get to him, no matter how it happens. Like we've got to go get to him. So also considering like we can't create our own accidents trying to get to him, like we've got to figure something out. So Nate, like I said, the weather had gotten far enough away that we were like, screw it, like this is more important. Nate was like, I'm gonna go try and find a route down, and I'm trying to connect with the satellite. I'm trying to get more just logistics. They're asking about location, they're asking about the dynamic weather and his condition and all this stuff. So I'm sitting there trying to hook up with a satellite, waving the phone around, and all of a sudden I look down and Nate is 30 feet down at like on the scree field below our position. And I'm like, yo, how'd you do that? He's like, I don't know, I just got down.
All right.
And so I'm like, cool, like I will stay here because we had these, again, like think of these scree fields as sand dunes. We had a huge dune between us and him.
Okay.
So when Nate was down there, he couldn't see Winston. So I was kind of directing him up and down so that his line was more straight to get to him. He gets to Winston. I wasn't there for that. So
I remember I
don't know
saw
that-
him.
yeah.
I saw Nate running towards me, and it's funny we don't do overnights. And for whatever reason, Nate had a sleeping bag, and he was actually said he goes, man, I was going to take my sleeping bag out and leave it behind because every bit of weight is is
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
is against you. And so, but he goes, but I kept it in there, and lo and behold, Nate grabbed that sleeping bag, wrapped me up in it, was like, buddy, we're gonna get out of here.
So this is
We're gonna get out of here.
yeah, this is like an emergent, like the foil sleeping bag. It's like, so he's got an emergency blanket and then the foil emergency bag, and so I finally got confirmation like helicopters are coming. We've got all hands on deck are coming to help. And so Nate ended up fashioning. He took his emergency blanket and like fashioned a little tent over Winston's head, so like the hail wouldn't get on his face and
Yeah, there's
whatnot.
hail. The mountain's frozen over at this point
Yeah.
too, with all the wind, and it's just wild.
It was. And so I was still up there, with the satellite connection, and we heard a helicopter. And so the first helicopter came by, and I mean it flew right over us, and we're waving everything. We're just like, yes, like help is on the way. Like we're cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're gonna
That's
get
the sign
we're
that you're
gonna get
saved
him.
now. The
Well, yeah, like
helicopter.
we're gonna get him out of here. And man, that helicopter flew in, and
Kept
flew
going.
right back out.
You know what's crazy is you hear this in survival stories a lot, where they'll see a plane that's searching for them or a helicopter, and they're like, "Oh yeah!" Like, and I always think to myself, like, "Oh man, imagine the roller coaster of
dude.
like you think you're gonna die, then you're saved, and then you watch your save, like what you thought was gonna save you fly away,
Yeah.
and then you're like, did they see us? Like, what if they didn't see us? Then I'm dead for sure. Like, that's crazy.
Nate
yeah.
was furious.
Oh yeah.
And Nate's a tall guy, so he's got a long stride, and he's like, "I'm backing out. I'm going." And he went to go start chasing guys down. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember, your
So
time
I
was much
had
better than
gotten to
mine,
him.
but
Yeah, I had gotten to you by then. Well, and also like to anyone, just for your information, if you're stranded, if you're all alone and you haven't called for emergency services, and you see a helicopter or a plane flying by and you're in the wilderness, don't wave both hands in the air. That means like all good. Wave one hand in the air, and that means like help. So
Really?
that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah,
and have a Garmin inReach.
and
So
have a Garmin.
So the helicopter. Hold on. First, you're
So-
laying there. You got one of those crazy survival sleeping bags,
Yeah.
foil over you. You're like, ah! You're like, if I was a helicopter,
Like,
you're like,
he's
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they must be.
he gave the signal.
There's a lot of red Kool-Aid around him, but he's fine. He
Yeah,
gave me
they're
the
just
signal.
saying what's up. Like, we at least could make a radio call, spin one more time around, and be like, hold on,
Wanna
So
double
that's
check
no
this?
that was a different story. But yeah, so this helicopter came and went. I was on the SOS, pretty furious at them. I was like, screw it, I got to get down to him. Nate's like, Ryan, get over here. We're screaming 200 yards away.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man, I grabbed my pack, grabbed my trekking poles, and basically just like tossed it all over that little cliff that we were, our outcropping cliff, and just somehow made my way down, and worked over to him. And so got to Winston, and boy, was he was beat up. So his, he had a big split over his eye. He had blood coming out of his right ear, which is
Oh, that's not a good sign.
no, dude. A huge gash over your left eye and blood coming out of your right ear is a problem. He was wearing hard shell pants, and his left leg was like pooling blood through the, like the waterproof pants, which also is a pretty significant indicator of something's
Severe
up.
injury. Yeah.
Like a lot of blood loss, lots going on.
What are you supposed to do, like in this injury like this? Where are you supposed to somehow assess the damages to see? I mean, like I'm sure you're trying to see, like, do I need to put a tourniquet on? Internal damages you can't do anything about, right?
Right. And so the SOS, so I was still in communication with them every once in a while. When I got to him, like I said, it was a lot more intermittent. I was describing to him, hey, here's the injuries that we can see on the surface. He seems to think that he's broken his hip. And they were asking about the blood. And I remember they were like, is it spurting? Is it like pooling underneath him? Is it, they were looking for indicators of like, okay, now we've got another issue. And I just didn't see enough of those indicators to cause alarm to it. And that was the other thing, is like the number one thing that he was saying, he was like, I am so cold. I'm so cold. And it was freezing, like, again, like shivering uncontrollably. And so we didn't want to try and, you triage something with what, like with the little crappy first aid kit
And
that
we don't
we've
have that
got.
kind of knowledge
Yeah,
either, right?
like I might do more harm than good
Yeah.
by trying to help.
Or
And
ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, I'm on this
Exactly.
mountain.
Dude, I'm looking for the
Roll 'em
YouTube
over
video,
and
bro.
just
Like,
climb down with it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You're
I
like,
couldn't-
goddamn commercials. You're watching a YouTube video.
I
like,
couldn't pull
how
up the
to
YouTube.
save my friend.
So it was pretty wild, man. And so when I got to him pretty soon after, Nate, because the helicopter had flown over, I feel like they'd done it again.
Well, they couldn't land because of all the lightning.
Well, yeah,
correct?
and
then
that
they had to
was the
refuel.
thing is there was still a lot going on with the weather. There wasn't a great landing spot where we were. So it was one of those, and that was the thing is finally, I think by that point I had gotten word on the SOS that like they saw you, that we know where you are, just hang tight. But it's going to be a while. So we decided to get Nate down the mountain to go help coordinate, and if he's got to bring him right to where we are, then cool. I stayed with Winston. So we're hanging out there. We're just trying to get him as comfortable as we can, pack in all the clothes that we've got just to try and keep him warm, and this emergency sleeping bag, we couldn't get him in it, obviously, so we just had it kind of draped over him. And man, the wind starts picking up and the bag's blowing and whatnot. And I'm just kind of sitting there with him, and I look over, man, and you see like again like this big horseshoe of mountains, and I look over and I just see these tentacles of black cloud just like crawling over the back of the mountain, coming into the bowl where we were, and I just go, Winston, we are about to get hammered with. And now we're fully exposed.
Now
Like-
the Stranger Things smoke monsters.
Yeah,
coming to
yeah,
us.
exactly. Yeah, dude. Now we
The
got a
smoke spider.
freaking mind flare coming over this damn mountain. So I'm like, brother, like, get ready. Like we're about to get hammered with this.
Were you giving him encouragement? Were you doing
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing like, stay alive, Winston?
Yeah.
Don't you die on me.
Yeah, when I got
No,
when I
he's
got
like,
there,
you
I
start
just
slapping him.
started
Always
beating the hell out of
checking
him.
in. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I think I was blacking out.
You were
a
in and
little
out, dude.
bit,
Yeah, he was very much in
But
and out
I
of
remember Ryan
consciousness.
being there, and I think we caught it a little, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, no, well that was
we had to stay
that was
warm.
after.
Did you
Yeah.
do the move where the other guy what's his name?
Nate.
Nate, where you look at Nate, where you're calming Winston down, you're like, everything's all right, they're on their way, and then you look up at Nate and you're like,
It's not.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
because you're sure, you want to give Winston hope, but Nate, you're just like, nah, I don't know.
Nate
about
knows
this."
what's up.
yeah, because at a certain point, you had to have been going through all your minds, and Winston, even you, like you're sitting there freezing, and like for movies, that's how I know that I'm dying, is that everybody gets cold. You're like, I feel so cold. You're like, oh my god, that
Yeah,
means death is
I
near.
just
I
wanna go to
couldn't
sleep.
comprehend getting off the mountain. When I heard the helicopter, it certainly gave me hope, but I just couldn't comprehend getting out of there. It was a very. I'd never want to be in that headspace again.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, it's crazy because you're severely injured. You're by yourself on the mountain. You know how hard it is for rescue. And by the way, rescuers, you guys are playing it too safe, because you always see like, we will not put our rescuers in danger by sending someone out. It was like, I thought you guys were heroes.
Dude, they are heroes. Don't get me wrong.
I know, but it's like, go out there in the storm, like,
Yeah.
hey, save the people.
But that was the biggest thing, is like knowing the timeline, and just like, and like when it kind of became the reality of like, he was also asking, he was like, I just want him here now. Like, I just need him here now.
He's like,
I'm
no,
so cold. Like, no shit, Sherlock. No, but I had to like tell him, I'm like, hey man, like, it is going to be hours till they get here. It will be hours till they get here. And I was essentially like reassuring myself of like, hey man, hunker down, because like we're gonna be here a while.
Trying to give yourself the reality of the
Yes.
time frame.
Yeah, to
Because
be
I'm
real at that
hoping, I
point,
mean,
yeah.
like both of us are hoping in our mind, like, oh, that helicopter will just like
Yeah.
land right there, and they'll run up and grab me and go, boom. But like the reality of it is like, it's going to be.
I think setting
hours.
expectations was helpful.
Yeah.
Because if you get let down in moments like that, it's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, you can't take any more defeats. You
Yeah,
just gotta, all right,
that's
man,
right.
This is what it
And
is. Get ready.
Yeah, and put the expected finish line
Yeah.
way the hell away, not right here. So essentially, what I did when that last storm came rolling in, is I had a knife on my pack, so I cut the sleeping bag open so that we could unfurl it, and then I could put rocks all around it so it wouldn't blow away in the storm. So just to cover him up and protect him from the elements.
Okay.
So I've got him all buttoned up, and man, this thing came in and it sucked. I mean, it was just pounding us, just rain and ice, and it wasn't quite as lightning.
Electric,
Yeah, it wasn't as quite on that one, but it was just one of those like, come on, man.
Freezing rain is the worst too, because it would be better with snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the rain soaks you.
Yeah.
And then-
Big
And then
drops.
and then everything turns to ice instead of
Yeah.
like fluffy snow. You can manage, you can walk around
Make
in.
a sled.
Yeah, you're
quick.
just-
Yeah, dude.
you
We
get
could
it-
have tobogganed right out.
You can get it off you. The snow you can at least shake off of you. The
Yeah.
rain just drenches you,
Yeah.
and then it's freezing, and it's like, man, that's
Induces
horrible.
hypothermia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that came and went. And
So give
You
an
know, I
idea of
just
how
knew-
much.
okay.
What's the time frame from when you first got hurt to now in this story?
so we're probably 2 hours in.
okay, 2
From
hours.
first, yeah. So I had been with him for just over an hour. At that point, it was just kind of a waiting game to wait on them, and that last storm, when it came in, it completely socked in the whole bowl that we were in. The whole basin was just 100 foot of visibility. Now it was just we were living in a cloud. So I got under the little safety blanket with him. He was just like, I'm so cold, like I'm freezing. So I got under with him and was just trying to keep him warm with my body warmth that wasn't
Oh.
shit. We're
Yeah.
both hypothermic at this point.
That's called the Brokeback Mountain, by the way.
That's it. Yeah. No, yeah. That comes later.
I made some jokes. I'm hugging Winston. I'm like, this is just to keep us warm.
This is I promise, bro. So we were there for nice.
What happened?
Nice.
Yeah,
That was quick.
I'm about to lose it. She was going to be 20 minutes late. And
and
I'm like, nope. I go back. I'm like, nope. She's like, I'm running late. I'm like, yeah, throw me down a mountain. God, I'm so mad. I just blew my voice out. Okay.
This is the point I'm hugging you with a
God.
emergency
Okay.
blanket
All right,
over us.
we're good. Everything's going to feel better now. All right.
We're good.
So 2 hours plus
Yep.
in, and still, do you have are you in constant communication with the rescuers?
No. So there's some gaps in communication. Again, like with the terrain around us, like I just couldn't talk to them. But then finally, like every once in a while, I was reading back on the text. I'd be like, "Hey, do you got any updates? Like, we could really use some good news for morale." And they're like, "Yeah, they're coming. But they confirmed like they had actually inserted a team, and they were hiking up. But that's the thing is like
Yeah,
they're hiking 7 miles up.
The same trail you guys are, or the
it's
same
like,
way
This
you-
is not a easy access. Just like, oh yeah, just drop them off.
And it's not just 7 miles. I mean, it's 7 miles, but you're traversing back and forth. You're going over rock. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
you're
like a
going-
straight
you're going
up.
elevation change.
Yeah.
to
all
3
that.
different basins. It's a task. So he and I just kind of we hunkered out. I was trying to encourage him, like, hey man, like, you were talking about the rock. I remember you were asking. He's like, "Where's that rock?" Like,
Oh, I thought you meant
Because
the
no,
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, it's
You're
like,
like,
have you
what's
seen
it-
that
hey,
new
man,
Kevin Hart in the
Yeah,
Rocky
you're like,
vehicle?
hey man, what's his wig look like in that Moana? Did they do him dirty with the wig? They did him dirty with the Moana wig. That's my Georgia voice. Man. Try it.
Can you put TikTok in front of my face and just scroll a
Right,
couple
just
times?
scroll. I'll blink twice when I want you to stop. No, but he was worried about this big rock that he had fallen on, and so I don't know. He was in and out of
I
consciousness.
don't remember that. Yeah,
he was.
it's
Yeah,
probably
he was
just
kind of. He
delirium.
was saying,
Yeah.
he was saying some pretty wild stuff. But I was just trying to like, hey man, like, you've got a kid that you need to meet. Like, I need you to stay with me. I need
Have
you
the
to
rock
just
meet him.
grit it out.
Yeah, exactly.
But but just trying to keep him like with the focus of like, this is going to be a long thing. This is going to be something you have to get through. So we're there. It was 2 more hours before they got to us, so it was 4 hours total fall to them showing up. And dude, in that second, or in that that third and fourth hour, I just remember there. He's sleeping, passing out, whatever, just pain. And I'm just like sitting there under this blanket, and your mind starts doing some pretty wild things. And I'm thinking about my family. I've got a wife and 3 kids. what happens if they don't get here before nightfall? Or they, like, what do I do if he
Right.
passes away right next to me?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do if
Yeah,
a
hide
couple
the
of
body.
do,
You
do
gotta hide
I
the body.
do I tell his wife like that conversation is insane?
Yeah.
You know, like the guilt of like what we should have done things different, or like
Yeah.
you
You
know,
gotta
all-
Phil Collins that. You gotta fax machine that in. You can't
Yeah.
be calling.
That's
and
right.
not-
No.
yeah,
So
you gotta fax machine that.
Winston, like when you're sitting there and you're just waiting and you know you're bleeding and you know you're freezing cold, and like do you tell yourself like I'm gonna live, do you let that creep into your mind like maybe I won't live? Like you say no, I can't do that. Like the survival part of this,
Sure.
because you hear these stories and you're just like, I couldn't even imagine being in that situation, and I imagine like my adrenaline would be pumping, like I have to live, like I'm a panic attack, like I'm having anxiety
Yeah,
about it. You
yeah.
know, like is there any anxiety?
No, well, yes, anxiety, but it's in a different package, if you will. I mean, there is a fear of the unknown. I did not know how I was going to be able to get off the mountain, and this is in the very beginning. I didn't know how to do it. I had my conversations. Like, I'm not a super spiritual guy, but I do believe in God. I had my conversations with God. I had my conversations with my mom. I filmed a goodbye to my wife.
Wow.
Yeah,
And we're gonna
because
play
I
it. We're gonna
had
play it
to.
right now.
She won't listen to
I've
it.
got it queued up,
Yeah.
and then underneath it, I'm gonna play
Yeah.
"Big Pants" by
Yeah,
Ice
exactly.
Spice.
Yeah, exactly.
So you filmed
I
a
had
goodbye.
to. I had to, because I was in a situation where. And it goes back to what I missed from my father, my biological father. I have a stepdad, but yeah. So it was something where I had to. So I had to do something. I had to leave a mark, right, or a bookmark or something there to say I love you. I'm sorry, and like it was something like I had to do something. But then after those conversations and after filming that and all that, I felt a little bit of peace. And I don't know. I really, honestly, I haven't dug this deep into this thing since. Really, maybe not ever.
Yeah.
So
So just FYI, like Winston and I have never walked step by step through this story.
yeah,
This is the first
This is
time
the
you're-
first time we've
we're
told it like
almost
this.
we're almost exactly at a 1 year.
Hold on,
anniversary.
I have to say this. Exclusive.
Exactly. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So this is
Uh,
almost 1 year exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
from that.
July
July
22nd.
July
Okay.
22.
Wow.
And so there was, and maybe it was a sense that I finally maybe let go, or maybe it was hope, but it wasn't. It was certainly a get out. Like, you have to get out, you have to stay awake, and that's what they were telling me: stay awake, stay awake. And I would do my best, and I would come back. Now, was there this? You're not holding on to anything. You're not like running a race and getting to a finish line, right? You're just trying to stay aware. You're trying to endure. Exactly. That's what it is, because you don't know where the end is, and you can't control if your body's bleeding out, which I didn't feel like I was, because I wasn't losing that sort of energy.
Are
Not
you
that I've
trying to
ever
be
experienced that
calm, or
before.
you're like deep breathe?
Trying to be
Yeah.
cool, deep breathe,
Yeah.
stay warm. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to
But
stay
it's just
warm.
for a reason.
I'm trying to go to a happy place. I mean, truthfully, like, you just want to be at peace and relax. But I also knew I had plenty of things to live for. And I had a lot of guilt afterwards too. I was so apologetic to these guys. I bought them both Garmin InReaches afterwards, and I'll never go
did.
to the mountains again.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll never leave home. without
It is.
That's not your thing now.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'll still go snow ski, but it was not like there's no finish line. There's no like, okay, Winston, there's a little bit more of this workout. It is dude, sit tight, hold on, and just wait. And just, I mean, it is a tough, it was unforgiving, and it's also a very, you're not in control. So
Yeah.
you just have to hold on. You just
And
hold
I
on.
did my best. to
Endure
just-
is the best. Is the
That's
best.
a
word to
that's a
use.
good word for it.
Okay, first, is there any science about staying awake does help you stay alive? Because I would be like, just let me sleep. If,
Yeah.
if I'm going to
I
die.
honestly, yeah.
Well, I was passing
I just
out.
wanted him. I just
but-
wanted him awake, so I knew that he didn't.
Yeah,
you
no, I know.
honestly.
Well,
And
they
it-
always do that in the movies, and I think they've made us feel like it's important, because they're and even on like live PD and stuff, they'll be like, "All right, stay with me," and
Gotta
they
stay
always
with
say
me,
that.
yeah.
So it does seem like they're. But then there's another part of me that says, if you just let this person sleep, maybe they'll get enough strength to like walk
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just heal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm crumbling up a granola bar in his mouth. Like, this is all you need.
Baby
brother.
bird
Like,
feeding me.
I'd be
Walk
like,
it off.
you got
and I'm tired of hearing him complain about how much pain he's in.
Yeah,
So
and these videos. How many times you gotta film that goodbye? My God.
I do it. I'm like, all right, take three.
Take three
Take
already.
three.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, say something sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
Say like, I miss your boob.
All right, I'm sorry, Winston. I warned you we'd throw in too
No,
many
man,
jokes.
no, this is fine. Listen, I have no
I'm
hangover
really
from
uncomfortable
this.
listening to it.
It's totally cool.
And other listeners are like saying, like, they are literally on the edge of their seat. Like, I was watching you guys as I'm driving down the road.
So what was the first sign? Because like even now I'm thinking about it. Okay, well even if the rescuers hike up and get to you, it's still not over. Like,
Right.
because
There's a journey out.
like they may have some medical supplies, but like they can't fix internal injuries and things like. And they still have to get you down all the way down on a
Right.
backboard, which is going to take how much longer? Okay, so
So we could probably talk about when they got there, right?
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
set
I'll
the
take
bag
yeah,
down?
I'll
Yeah,
take
go
that.
for it.
So yeah, we're 4 hours in.
Yeah.
And that was and just kind of back to what I was saying about what you're thinking about, in those hours. The biggest thing for me in those moments was rockfall. Like, if a couple of microwaves came back down, what is my move? Like, do I jump on him and protect him from it? Do I bail out? What if I bail out and then they hit him?
Right.
And you're creating all of these scenarios of like, what happens if
Microwaves are microwave style type rocks, right?
the
Or large
size
size
rocks,
yeah,
the
yeah.
size
Big
rocks.
microwave.
I would have been
to
like,
my
well,
understanding.
well, Winston's already hurt. So
Yeah.
we don't
Well,
need two people.
And then it would cross my mind, and this is a horrible joke, but I'd be like, maybe a microwave would be.
Get it over
It's
with.
It would be
humane.
quick.
It's humane.
Yeah,
Might get a hot pocket out.
Yeah,
It'll be
exactly.
super cold.
I mean, at least it's not me.
Cut
I'm
the
not putting a
open
pillow.
Empire Strike Back style
That's
sleep
right.
inside.
Yeah, a
I-
good tauntaun on him.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen The Revenant. Sometimes it has to be done.
Yeah.
But that,
It's
so,
true.
So now, when did you hear the rescuers? Did you?
So I saw. So this is 4 hours in, and again, like, we're completely socked in. So like it's thick fog, and again, there's like another sand dune over on this part, and I just saw it was like out of a movie, dude. Like, I saw this silhouette of this like thin man come hiking around this corner.
But it was Slender Man.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
everybody's
they-
like, no, God, not
Like,
this
son of a
asshole.
bitch, it
Why?
just
Chill out.
take our
Shoot his
souls.
long fingers off.
Oh, Slenderman's here. God.
But maybe he's nice.
Could this get any
What
worse?
else could
And maybe he's misunderstood. Maybe he's like, I can use my long fingers to heal.
He's like,
misunderstood.
Yeah, he's like, I have a lot of knowledge of doctor in me.
y'all seen Powder, right?
Yeah.
Where-
Yeah.
What brings you out here, Slenderman?
It is quiet and nice.
Like, ah.
Can't get a break.
People leave Slenderman alone out here. He's a
So-
misunderstood Slenderman.
So you see the rescuer walk, and then
Well, here's the thing: is I see this tall, thin, silhouette, and I'm like, "There's Nate coming back."
oh, so you thought it was Nate.
So yeah, so same build, same stride, same body, and I'm like, "Shit, that's not a rescue.
Yeah.
like that's just Nate coming back." And eager to see anybody or whatever. But then as he kind of got closer, I could see like the red rescue tag flying off his pack. I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. So Terry, he was one of the Flight for Life guys, like the helicopter guys. He was first on scene, and he gets to us and he's like, hey, my name's Terry. What's your name? Winston. Cool. I'm Ryan. And so he's kind of walking us through. Here's, we got people coming, like, hang tight, Winston, like we'll get you covered. And so he sets his pack down and he unzips it, and he's got one of these big like trekking packs, and he pulls out this big red cube, this his big first aid cube.
Brought my JBL with a microphone. In
Yeah.
case you guys want some karaoke.
I'm gonna get a little karaoke for you fellas.
Yeah. You guys mind if I put on a little BTS?
That's
I love the butter song. I love
Don't
butter.
mean much.
Smooth like butter.
I love you. So check it out, dude. He pulls out this big first
Singer, Slender
First
Man.
aid
Come on. See, I should have stayed at my therapist.
But he sets his med pack down, and it just goes tumbling down the mountain because
Oh,
we're
whoa.
because we're on this slope of rock, and he just sets it down. Or no, I'm sorry. First thing he set down was his water bottle. He pulled out his big metal water bottle, and that thing went ding 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 all the way down the mountain. And he's like, don't worry about that. And he pulls out his med pack, and then it went rolling.
Oh, he saw the bottle.
Oh, shit.
You idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, did you not
You
just
just
learn?
know we're stuck here.
And he's like, all right, get me under that blanket with you. fellas."
Did y'all bring any communication? Because I forgot about the helicopter.
So he
has
was,
cold.
dude, he was cool as ice though. He was just like, hey, don't worry about that. Like, I forget the girl's name, dude.
Was
like,
it Melissa or something like that?
Girls
maybe-
are easy to forget.
She was
That's-
really pretty.
so the
Oh, no,
second-
I'd have been mad. Yo, you said a girl?
the
No.
second rescuer. Well, and here was the thing: is I had told them.
This man's dying.
I
Pull
had
him out.
told him like his size and weight, and they were like, okay, so we're gonna need multiple teams to go get him.
We got a jelly roll.
And he's a
Easy,
big
bro.
fella. He's a big fella. He's a mountain gorilla.
Code jelly.
Um,
Code jelly.
So dang it, it's gonna come to me, I bet. So she rolls up behind him, and he's, he's working on things. Okay, Winston, what
Hey,
can we
yo,
get for
Terry.
you? And he's stuffing him with clothes, trying to warm him up. Like that was his thing. And then she shows up, and so she pulls out her pack. It stays, thankfully, and they get to work on him, and they're just kind of doing a once over and figuring it out. Terry is on the bottom half, essentially like checking out his leg, figuring that out. That pisses me off that I can't remember her
thought it was
name
Melissa or
because she was
Lauren or
awesome.
something
I
like
don't
that, yeah.
remember, man.
Well,
Anyways, doesn't matter. But she was on the top half. She's checking out big gash over his eye. And so I'm on this side of him. He's laying here. She is just on the other side of him. And so she's like, okay, like the eye looks kind of superficial. Like we'll see. And I motioned to her. I was like he's bleeding out of his ear, which, is that brain matter coming out of his ear. And she looked at me like, shit, the stakes just changed. Like, okay, he's got blood coming out of his ear. Now we're dealing with a brain injury. Now everything's different. And just, you could just see it on her face. And it was like the last thing I wanted to see. And so she climbs over him and goes to look at the ear, and she grabs his ear and just splits it in two and just like, boop, opens it right up. And what had happened is he got slashed across the ear. So it was all superficial. It had just cut his ear open, but it looked like it was bleeding out of
Gotcha.
his brain.
Okay, so that was a
Thank goodness.
relief.
So it was
because you didn't
awesome,
think it was
dude.
it
Yeah,
coming from inside
when
your
I
head.
saw his ear go into two, I was like, hell yeah. Also, ugh.
Right,
right,
So
right.
gross. So
Yeah,
nasty.
That's out there.
But so Terry was down there, and he was cutting the pant leg up, and he was checking out his leg and his knee and everything. He was like, all right, man, like everything here kind of looks superficial. Like there's no bones sticking out. There's no, it doesn't seem like it's bleeding, more than we can handle right now. So everything, like when they got there externally, was kind of okay.
Okay.
So
I got
they're-
lucky with that.
So they're worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're worried
Tough.
about temperature, and they're worried about what's going on in the hip, which was the pelvis. once we
Pelvis,
figured it out later.
dislocated SI joint. I had a shaved facet off my spine. I had
Tom shaves his facade.
That's right.
He picks it
Oh,
down.
yeah.
and puts
Every
baby oil
anniversary.
on it.
Feels
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
torn labrum,
Yeah.
torn rotator cuff. I have torn ligaments in my wrist. And then I have a thrown in rhabdo. All that
He's
good
just being
stuff.
What would you say was the worst? The
I
pelvic.
still no. It is my wrist still hurts.
Really?
It sucks.
Those
I
little
can't do a
bones are-
full.
Yeah.
So did they have to put you on a backboard?
They
and
put me in a girdle.
Yeah.
and-
So I started working with them to get him bagged up. That was their first order of business, was like, they had a real sleeping bag, a big sleeping bag with handles and stuff. So they're like, all right, we need to get him in this pack to try and get his core temp up. So, me, Terry, and this tiny little woman trying to move this thing was a challenge. So they
I'm
unfurled it.
235, 6'2", everybody.
Dude.
Okay, so
Just
You're not that big. You're not that
Give him
big.
a break.
Yeah, you're not that big.
I'm like,
Yeah, he's a normal,
He's just-
regular
he's just a big
dad.
dude. Yeah,
he's a big
He's
guy.
a
He's
big
not-
dad.
We've never seen a pelvis this large.
exactly.
Right.
What did this
No,
guy eat?
He's not abnormally large, but he's a big dude,
Yeah.
So and here was the whole thing, was like, in order to get him into this bag, we had to roll him on his side and then roll him back on his other side and pull the bag underneath, right? So when your pelvis is busted like this, when you roll on your side, guess what happens? So I'm holding on, or he's holding on to my arm, And we're like, okay, like the two, search and rescue guys, and she was from, I think, Silverton Mountain Rescue.
Yep.
So they were actually from
God bless 'em.
two different rescue teams. But dude, watching them work and just like in concert with each other and communication and efficiency was incredible. It was
Nonprofit.
so cool.
Good for those folks.
Yeah, dude, they were badass. So they're on that side of them, and I'm like, okay, man, like this is gonna suck, but like we're gonna get you in this bag, we're gonna get you warm, and that's all he was bitching about the whole time.
Yeah,
So
just
it's so
bitching
cold.
and
Yeah, just a complainer, this one. So we roll him over, man, and I thought that he was gonna break my arm, like just with his grip, like, and the scream that
'Cause it
came
hurts
out of
so
you.
bad, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like we are putting all the pressure on the worst possible angle for him.
In that area, like the only thing I can compare it to is when they broke my femur when I had my hip replaced.
Yeah.
What's interesting about the pain, and I almost can bet everything in my whole entire family's lives on this. It's an uncontrollable pain that you can't make it less or more.
No,
Right.
you can't.
It just goes full
you
pain
can't-
into your brain,
yeah.
like, and you're just like, yeah, it doesn't
It's
stop.
like being electrocuted with pain.
Yeah,
It's like
right?
eating a scorpion pepper. You're not going to make that pain go away.
it
It's like, it's
doesn't.
just there
It
until
doesn't.
it's ready to go away.
Correct.
Yeah.
It just it's
crazy.
it's hard to explain to people though that like when you have shooting pains or pains that go on and on. No, this is a constant,
Yeah.
uncontrollable level of pain you've never felt.
We're
before.
trying like, oh, I can just kind of adjust, and
Yeah.
nah, that's better.
No.
So
You know,
now
there's
that-
no that's better.
Even when you get him on the backboard, then getting him back down the mountain, how was that?
So it took us an hour to get him on the backboard. So and it took multiple other teams coming up. So so we finally got him bagged.
I remember too. The girl goes, Winston. I go, yeah. She goes, we're gonna give you some ketamine. Is that okay? And I go, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
And I was like, hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my Winston.
ketamine.
Dude does a cartwheel down.
I was like,
Winston, can you hear me? Slender Man would like to give you ecstasy.
That's right. It's like,
Can you have some of Slender Man's ecstasy?
Why not like Demerol or morphine or
Oh,
something
man.
like ketamine?
so they
I
were
guess
so they were
so.
talking, and that was part of their communication, is they were having the conversation of which one between the ketamine or between the morphine or whatever, because of time of injury. Like, I guess if it's closer to the actual injury point, then they want to give you one. If it's been X amount of hours, and they want to give you the other one or something, is what I
wonder
understood.
why.
I don't know.
Is it because like maybe morphine could cause you like to go to sleep or you slow your heart down and they need your I don't know.
that's
Yeah.
actually good. I don't know.
I'm not. I didn't ask. Whatever.
That's not bad.
Well,
Yeah.
because in Saving Private Ryan, when they were rushing the machine gun nest, the medic was like, "Just give me all the morphine,
Yep.
and then it'll kill me essentially," because he was like the bullets were there's no helping
Time
him.
to go.
So then it's like extra 2 shots of morphine,
Yeah,
and
load
then
'em up.
it'll stop OD
Yeah.
essentially.
Right.
So maybe that's
Yeah.
the reason.
It was. I just remember that conversation happening, and then she was like, "Okay, I think we're gonna give." Or when she asked, like, "Do you want some ketamine?"
She's
And,
like,
and
"Yeah."
I was sitting on the other side of him still, and I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great, thanks."
Like, give him anything.
She did.
This guy's been miserable.
She like looked at me just like, "You bastard." So we got him bagged up, and then we had to move him because we couldn't, they couldn't work on him on this big slope, and there was a big boulder about 80 feet below us that like the scree had kind of built up on the on the mountain side of it, so
yeah.
it was kind of flat. So we were like, okay, we got to get him down there in order to get him strapped up and whatnot. So these two other rescue guys had come up,
Oh man.
and dude, that was the thing, is like we had got him in the bag, and just like his weight, because we were on the angle, like he kept like sliding down in the bag. So like his knees, like he was just like a heap at the bottom of this bag, and we had to keep like dragging him back up into the bag, which was excruciating.
Well,
for
because
him.
of the injury, you're all dead weight.
I am
right?
all dead weight.
Because that's
Right.
again kind of what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
you
Can't
can't
move.
control the level of pain because your body is now.
And I'm
Anytime you
also
roll, your body just
Dosed
squishes
up on
itself.
ketamine,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
just a slug.
So gravity, so gravity is just like working against
Yeah.
us on this. And so finally these other two guys kind of set up a station down there by that boulder, and we all just grocery bagged him. Just the bag had handles, so everybody on a handle, and basically we would just like pick him up, and then gravity would just like slide us all down, like into the rock, and then we'd set him back down. Everybody reposition your feet. Okay, pick him up, slide back
You're a
down.
Florida guy. How much easier is all of this on flat ground without that angle? I'm serious. Without
oh,
the
God,
angle,
dude.
right?
Well,
it's a
no,
different. It's a whole different.
It's a whole different ballgame.
I'm
And-
like, what a arduous trip to like one bag slide at a time.
What
You're
are we
just trying
talking?
to
Like less than a foot each time?
Maybe a couple feet.
Maybe a
'cause
couple
we're,
feet?
we're swinging our arms
So
too,
like
and
2
then-
feet, 3 feet at the most. You're
Yeah.
moving this guy to get him to a place where he can get out of here. This isn't even where he's getting out.
Oh
yet.
no! This is just to a place where they can
It's
prep
flat.
him to get
Yeah.
out of there.
Right.
Like, and that was, dude.
Maybe prep him to get out of
the
there.
logistics of this were bananas.
And
And how
also,
many guys
too,
are we dealing with? Because I like to paint
right,
the picture.
so right now we've got 5, including me. So there's
not a lot of
There's
people.
Terry and the girl, and then there were 2 other guys that had come up. Meanwhile, like there are helicopters shuttling rescue teams back and forth this whole time. Like they're staging these rescue teams. We ended up
Just
having,
getting ready.
yeah, because like they knew like we're gonna need an army to get this dude out. Literally, they called in the National Guard.
That's
so
cool.
they had-
I've always
yeah,
wanted to
so
cause
they had
so much
2
of a problem.
so
Well,
they-
so I did go on an apology tour. I donated money to Silverton Rescue. These guys are my brothers. They were before going in. They saved my life. I gave them the inReaches. My surgeon that saved my lifestyle. They saved my life. My surgeon saved my lifestyle. The team at St. Mary's, all of them over in Grand Junction. Like this was.
What do you
a
mean save your
remarkable thing.
lifestyle? They kept you gay?
Yes.
What are we-
yes.
Sorry, it's the only
I'm now,
reason I
I'm
hear
now
his
a
joke.
sex slave to Slender
The
Man
only
for
reason
the
I
rest
hear
of
his
my
joke.
life.
I
should
Totally worth it.
Should have stayed at
but you
therapy.
still owe him.
So then they bring in the National Guard and a bunch more rescuers, and then just slowly but surely get you. How far do they have to get you before they airlift
So
you?
so we got him down to this boulder, and it was interesting because like now they're all working on him. Now they're getting him drugs. Now they're getting him patched up. Now they're trying to get him onto this kitty, basically, which what it is like a rolled up piece of plastic, is essentially all that they had right there, because all of the heavy gear had to be dropped off like 2 miles away from a
Right.
helicopter.
Right.
So at the moment, it's just us working with what we got. And so I started playing shuttle run because all of their bags and all their stuff was still up where we first started. Now he is down here and we're trying to get this. So I'm just running up this, up this mountain and then bringing down whatever pack they asked for. Okay, now go grab the sled.
Yeah.
So I
You're
run
just
up
like an
there.
intern. Whatever you need me to
Dude,
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like y'all are
exactly.
doing
No,
the y'all are doing the thing, and that's the thing is
I feel
you
that.
keep saying like I saved your life. Like I just kept you alive until the people that are gonna save your life could
Well,
get
that's
there.
it, man.
And
Yeah,
so
but
I was
you-
just like helping to facilitate.
You
really.
kept me aware for 3.
You
Yeah.
saved his
hours.
life. You
Yeah.
did.
Well,
man. You
it was.
did.
I
You
mean,
and Nate.
it was a lot more than that for
Sure.
big picture. But so yeah, so I'm just running up and down, bringing them everything they need, and then and finally, we got him on the sled and clipped in and everything. He was the pain had subsided from the ketamine or whatever.
Do you remember any of that? Like, do you-
I remember the ketamine. I remember the footsteps, but outside of that, it's all a blur.
yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
So I think they had just clipped him in, and I was standing there and I was like, Terry, what else? What else do you need? Like, what do you need next? And he, they were just like, just going, man. Like they were just working, talking, communicating, like radio, and they were all logistics and all just business. And he finally like looked at me and kind of gave me a double look and looked me up and down again, like shorts and shoes. And I'm just standing there, just like shivering. I'm like, Terry, what else? Like what's next? And he goes, I need you to get the fuck off of this mountain. He was like, can you self-rescue? And I was like, yeah, I think. He was like, I need 1 patient, not 2. He was like, if you can get out of here safely, then that's the best thing that you can do to help your friend. And I was
Okay, yeah,
like,
because they don't want to
okay.
go back and have to rescue you.
No
yeah.
doubt, dude. Yeah, or there's not room for me on a helicopter.
Yeah, yeah.
Like whatever.
Is
yeah,
there
so
room
that's-
for Slender?
He just hangs on
Get
to
out
his
of here,
strut.
Slender Man.
dude.
It was either that or as the helicopter's taking off, you see a tall hand waving.
Right.
Good boy,
Have a nice trip.
Sorry, I'm so misunderstood.
So how was it? Did you end up taking a helicopter ride?
Yes.
I took a total of 1 hour and 45 minutes. They took me to Durango, Colorado.
So first of all, they had to get him on that sled and then hike him 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles over the technical terrain to get him to a spot where the helicopter could get. So that was a whole thing. I think they had brought up other teams to help. Meanwhile, I'm hiked out. So I went and grabbed his pack and my pack, and I had 6 trekking poles. So yeah, I had like 65 pounds worth of stuff to now do this 7-mile hike out down 5,000 feet.
Oh, well, leave his poles and pack.
Yeah, break them over your knee and try.
And of course, like the leave no trace principle, like pinged in my head. So like I'm like grabbing like little shreds of the emergency blanket that had kind of gotten torn off.
Oh,
Like, I'm like stuffing them all in my bag.
You leave it, you throw your wrappers on the floor.
Dude, no,
You're like,
it
my
was-
friend almost died.
It was so
screwed.
weird. I'm just like picking up every little bit of trash that I can. Just like, okay, I got to get this. I got to get this.
So,
okay.
Winston, just to give me an idea from when you hurt yourself to the helicopter ride to you show up at the hospital, how many hours?
I think it was 6 hours.
God.
From
6
what?
hours.
From injury to
Injury
hospital?
to hospital.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then when you got there, how close were you, did the doctor say, to actually dying?
Well, they that was never determined, but when I got there, my body temp that's the first time I took my body temp. It was 81 degrees, and that was after all the warming and all this stuff.
Wow,
They
man.
could not treat me. It was a community hospital in Durango, Colorado. They could not treat me there, so they had to send me out. But they gave me fentanyl, morphine. It was a great time, and they just had to clean me up, get me stable.
We're gonna wash your balls,
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
We're
Well,
gonna get you all clean,
You know what?
baby.
I tell you what. All that pressure has to have somewhere to go. My ball sack was probably the size of a bowling ball.
They say that.
They
say that. That's the
nuts.
Slender Man
Oh,
curse.
my goodness.
It was nuts.
They call it the Slender Man
Literally
curse.
nuts.
What the
That's-
hell?
Yeah,
What?
Because the
Yeah.
pressure has nowhere to go, and it was insane.
So everything was swollen.
just swelling out,
Yeah.
yeah. And then so
Ooh, you got a big
yeah,
scrotum, baby.
yeah. And still my memory's still in and out there. But I remember the other time I felt this insane pain is they were cleaning me up because I had soiled myself
Yeah.
out there. And so they're like,
Don't
yeah.
tell people that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Whatever,
Come
man.
on, you're a hero. You're a
Yeah.
national hero. You don't tell people that.
Oh,
Audie
my
Murphy,
goodness.
Chesty Puller,
You
none
had-
of those guys
you
talk
had,
about
like, I hit the rock.
They didn't mention that.
Never talk about that. Never talk about that. I'm cutting that
Yeah,
out. You know
sorry,
what?
that's
I'm not
fine.
letting you say that. I'm
No
cutting that
problem.
out.
That's
I'm the
fine.
producer.
All right. But no, and so they lifted me up on one side. And I remember the amount of pressure and pain I felt was so intense. And I was like, please, 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 please. Like, Winston, we have to clean you up. Okay, count to 60, count to 60. And I'm screaming again. They go, count to 60. And I go, okay, all right, 1, 2. And I finally-
that's
I got to
terrible, man.
15.
Oh my God.
And then when I got to 15, they go 60. And I was like, oh my God. And they go, all right, now we have to do the other side. I'm like, no, 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 no. And they did the other side, and everything was cool. I didn't even feel the other side. It was just that side where the pelvis was on,
Right.
Oh,
where it was
man.
split. It was brutal.
My God.
And then so they threw me into another helicopter. You know, the docs determined we cannot fix this guy here. We don't have the resources. We need to send him somewhere else.
Did they tell you that?
No, they told my wife that.
Okay, because
Um,
you can't tell me anything. If you can't treat me here, don't
Did-
tell me
oh,
that. Just throw me in the new
by the
helicopter
way-
and get me there.
we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
So
We were, yeah.
And we kind of have
That's
to do
scary
this
too.
certain, little bit fast because we're running out of time.
Yep.
But did your wife have any idea that this was going on?
She knew. So we typically call when we summit, or do a FaceTime to say, hey, look where we are. We're safe, yada, yada, yada. She did not hear from me. And remember, it's a 3-hour time difference. She did not hear anything until 8 o'clock, 8 or 9. And she was, it was from the hospital. And they called. And so she shut down. Next morning, flew out to see me. But that night, they couldn't treat me at Durango Hospital. So my wife's like, send him to Denver. She's like, man, we can't send him to Denver. It's not that close. I mean, there's a long helicopter ride.
Yeah,
We
we're like a
can't do that.
6-hour drive
Yeah.
from Denver.
And so she goes, well, if this was your son, where would you take him? She goes, I would send him to Grand Junction. And so they sent me to Grand Junction. And again, I got so lucky with Dr. Myrie.
Yeah, they were badass.
He put me back together. He had some of the latest technology and he was putting the pins through my SI joint and the pelvis. And I was there for 10 days. And honestly, just looking back on everything, is the luckiest time of my life. I've never been so fortunate to be alive, and after all this, and it's truly like I just hate all the pressure that I put on everybody while I was in this injury in this moment. But it shows that how precious life is, and I've also learned that because I still love getting outdoors. I love to fish and hunt and do all that. If you're in a bad situation, Mother Nature does not care. Don't think that you're the lucky one, because you're not going to be. Mother Nature will take you in a second.
Yep.
And you, after being the beneficiary of that luck, you know the power of it and how truly rare that
To get out.
right.
Yeah.
Like because you were 100%. I'm giving myself like trigger points, right? It is triggering me because it's like I know you love percentages.
Yeah.
Like
I ran it through AI.
I
I had a
was
lot
wondering.
of time. I
Of
did,
course he
and
did.
with everything that I was in there, it was basically a 10% chance. I just compounded everything that I had.
Sure.
And it was basically you had a 10% chance to survival in this thing, and I was one of the lucky ones. And everybody told me like you're lucky to be alive. I mean, even I'm in medical now, and I've been in medical, but even like the nurses that know like Winston, like people don't really survive this.
And you look great. I gotta say, you
appreciate
look
it.
amazing.
How long did it take you to heal?
I'm still healing. I still have a dead pain, like a just a dead ache in my right leg from my SI joint, full dislocation, and my wrist is killing me. I've not tried to run yet, but I can't do push-ups. I can do air squats and stuff like that, but I don't know when I'll be able to put real weights up again.
None of our listeners can do push-ups either.
That's fine.
But-
They'll love you.
But
They'll
it
love
but
you.
it stinks. But again, like I have a brand new lease on life and an understanding of how important things really are in this world of being here, and not to take things for granted. It was a huge lesson.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just that's a crazy story, Winston. And
Yeah.
Ryan, thanks so much for
Yeah,
you know,
thanks
And I
for
know
having
this
me.
is also it doesn't go without saying that we appreciate you guys being so candid, and I know this is probably not the easiest thing to share, but we appreciate you doing it, and thank you for letting us make our silly
Well,
jokes because it's serious
No,
stuff.
it is totally. Again, there's no hangover for me. I don't have any trauma as far as that. I mean, I have some injury and stuff like that, but I really appreciate y'all letting us come on here and having some historical record for our children,
Yeah.
for family members and things of that. Who really we have not told the story like this ever.
Yeah.
And I have not dug into this story in quite some time, and that's a little bit of getting teary-eyed. I mean,
It's
so
an instant
thank
top
you.
5 with our
Yeah.
show. The listeners are freaking out.
Thank
about
y'all
it.
for having
Yeah.
us.
Well,
And thank you
our
for
pleasure.
listening.
In,
whoever's
in
out
the
there.
in the future, your grandkids are gonna be like, listen to Grandpa's crazy story.
Exactly.
You gotta put up with these two idiots making jokes all the time.
Yeah, no.
Slender Man voice and a bunch of stupid stuff doesn't make any sense.
Here's the thing, though. Ryan will now send. There's somebody who fell 200 feet and like walked away, and he's like, he'll send me this. I'm like, dude, I think it says 20 feet.
Are you trying
it
to
was
bully
200.
him?
Oh, I mean,
That's a
I'm
good
just shaming
friend.
a little.
That's a good friend.
Yeah, no,
You
man.
said,
but-
I wouldn't have pooped
So
my
let's talk
pants.
about because
this guy
people
did.
have questions. If
Yeah,
you're okay
I'm
with
happy
it,
to answer.
would you climb again?
Probably not. My heart. I was in it for the physical and the mental test. I say I don't have a hangover, but I do. Like there probably is a little bit of fear there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
think
deal
that's-
with that.
that's
again. Yeah, not for a long while. I may go back to the basin and look. I actually left my water bottle there. I'm curious.
Let's go find it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I don't. It's not in my heart to go do that. No.
That makes sense.
Or
Yeah.
something easier and safer.
Yeah,
you
do
know?
class 1 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But again, I love the ocean. I'm from Florida. I love the ocean. This is where I belong. I can test myself in other ways. I did it. I also did it for the brotherhood with all of us boys coming together and going out and trekking around the mountains
And you did it.
doing hard stuff. But with that aftermath, I just don't think that it's just not in my heart to go do it anymore. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, it's a crazy traumatizing experience.
You know what this
Yeah.
reminds me of? A lot of my buddies that have, to put it in like a Florida perspective, like motorcycle friends of mine that got in a really bad motorcycle accident. And I'm telling you, these are bikers. Like they live and breathe it. And they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm done.
Yep.
And they'll still look like a biker, but they'll never. It's like I just drive cars now. And I'm
Yeah.
with my family. I
Once you
like
s-
bikes, but it's too
once
dangerous.
you taste it, it's like, why would I want to
Yeah.
do that? I mean, I'm telling you, the headspace is brutal. The helplessness, you have no control. I mean, it is frightening.
And nothing in front of you that even like because the story, like to me, it wasn't like it was filled with like, oh, we'll be fine.
No,
You know, it just kept getting
it was
worse.
one thing after and Slender Man being there. Like,
Yeah,
That's-
but
yeah, dials to 11.
you do have a gift, Winston. I've always said this on the show. I've always wanted to taste death just because after that experience, you do have this different outlook on being alive. And I'm like, man, that's a gift. But what you have to go through to get that gift is, I mean, and it's like the gift could be dead. You know, so-
I'd rather take his word for it.
true. Yeah, I will
Yeah,
say that I realize now how much I'm loved. And that is
Yeah.
one of the most important things I got out of this is how much people love me. That's also where a lot of my sorrow came from too, because I don't ever want to put my loved ones in a situation like that again.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Winston, Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank y'all for
coming
having
by.
us.
Yeah,
I
thanks
mean,
for
big,
having us.
Really
big,
appreciate
big
it.
story. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing
Yeah,
it.
man.
That's
Thank y'all
amazing.
very much.
And-
Amazing.
And as I was texting you today, it reminded me I'm still mad that in 2002 you didn't trade me Nick Chubb.
He's a Georgia boy. I
You
saw
never
you
get
about
a Georgia
Bulldogs.
guy from
He's
that.
like, look at
Oh,
those
go
notes.
Dogs.
It's 2022.
Yeah. No,
2 years
so
ago.
you can have him now. I think he's retired.
I thought you were holding a 24-year grudge.
No. Anyway, all right. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right, we're done. I'm going to shut off the cameras.
Cool.
Hey, thanks,
Hey,
everybody.
y'all. Thank
Cool.
y'all.
Yeah,